So you had children with this woman?
Yeah.
Who took care of those kids the majority of the time?
She did.
So wouldn't you say that she allowed you the opportunity to go out into the world and build yourself or do whatever, build your business or whatever you needed to do?
Yeah, but it was, you say most of the time. Well, I say it was 50-50.
No way it was 50-50. You can't, come on. It ain't no need to lie about it now. We know she took care of them kids more than you did. Of course she took care of the kids more than you did. Now you're going to lie and say, oh, it was 50-50. We was split. I allowed her to stay home with the babies. You allowed her to do all of this stuff. But then you also came home and took care of the kids 50. Like, come on.
Well, when she was in hair school, because hair school was 8 hours a day. Mm-hmm. When she was in hair school, I was there with the kids. Mm-hmm. And I built my business through the night. Mm-hmm. So that's why I had to correct myself. Like, okay, who did this? I took the kids to doctor's appointments. I still do. Like I did a lot of, I didn't care about being in what role. There wasn't no roles to me, mm-hmm. So yeah, I did a lot. She did a lot. Mm-hmm. That's why it's just 50-50.
So it don't sound like you built her. It sounds like y'all built together.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even trying to discredit her when it comes to me, but I just don't feel like that's why I end up, leaving that relationship, because I didn't feel like I was, aside from the other stuff that we had talked about in the previous stream, but I didn't feel like it just benefited me. I felt like I was in a different mindset where I wanted to grow mm-hmm. at the end of the day.
But you cheated on her.
Yeah.
So that's why you left. You left when you cheated.
Right.
And you didn't cheat because she wasn't growing. You could have just left her, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know, man.
I cheated because I was childish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You cheated on her. You didn't leave her because of X1. You left her because you couldn't deal with the fact that you hurt her, and then she was hurting you back, and then you was like, I can't take this, and then you left. You didn't leave her because she wasn't growing.
Right, because to me, my logic at that time was it wasn't worth fighting for because of other things. So it was like, it's not just, oh, she did this, she started, playing in the streets, and I'm gonna just leave. Like, I just felt like there was no benefit at all. At compared with that, but majority of the decision was, okay, she messing with this dude, but it takes a lot to leave a person of 10 years.
It can. Now, I mean, if that person is cheating on you and abusing you, seems like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Fairly easy, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, so thus far, I haven't really heard how you built her up at all. It sounds like you broke her down. It sounds like you destroyed her as much as you. I mean, I won't even say as much. It sounds like you hurt her more than you helped her. You literally abused her, and you're claiming that you built her up. How do you build somebody up while tearing them down? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, from how I was back then, I would say, well, yeah, you're right. Because I'm not afraid to say you're right. You're right. I feel I've hurt her emotionally.
Yeah.
Right. And if you want to say physically as well, I don't know. But I've never put hands on her or anything physically. But
I know you exposed her to whatever women you were sleeping with. So, right. You potentially could have hurt her physically. Thank goodness you didn't. But yeah.
But the way.
Were you cheating on her when she was pregnant?
Brother, I'm not getting into that.
You already said you was cheating.
I don't like talking. Like, I will talk about it, but I don't like getting into the details because I don't like the person I was back then. That's just.
But if
even hearing that,
yeah, but breadwinner,
you should know the answer from me, just the way I react.
Okay, like, but breadwinner though, to be fair, if you've unpacked any of this, if you've unpacked all of this, it sounds like you haven't really done any work, because why like, I'm not uncomfortable. Like, I could talk about anything from my past, right? Like the only things that I don't talk about are things that happen to other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell their story for them. You know what I mean? So it's a hard, like, when I talk about my family, a lot of times I got to talk about stuff that happened to my brother and my sister and my mom. But simultaneously, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, because that's their story to tell too. But it affected me too. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So I only try to talk about the shit that, like, they did to me directly or that I did to them directly. Then I could talk about it. You know what I mean? But in this particular case, you did this to this woman, and sounds like your child, your unborn child too. So sounds like you were extremely selfish, right? You didn't heal up from it, obviously, because you still can't even talk about it now. So I mean,
it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like I literally thought I was the shit or somebody or just a man, and it's completely like it's embarrassing, and I don't want to, like, you know how if you talk about something, people still think you are that person. So I just kind of like want to move past that. Like
that's not what people think. If you have people think you're still that person right now because you're embarrassed to talk about it. That's the thing that makes people think you're, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were healed and you were like, no, I can talk about that. Like that was really fucked up and here's why and da 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 da. Then people would be like, oh, he's grown. But you haven't, in this moment, you're not showing any growth. You're showing like you're still probably that same person, right? And I'm not even saying you've done it to your wife currently, but mentally you're still the same. It was 10 years ago. Or, I mean, it wasn't 10 years ago when it happened. I'm sorry. Y'all was together for 10 years. It wasn't 10 years ago when it happened, though, right?
Yeah, that was 7 years.
7 years ago, yeah.
I mean, when she was pregnant, that was even longer than that. But yeah. I mean, whatever you call the definition of heal, I would say I'm healed from it, but I'm just so past it where, like, you know, it's just like with any stories, like when I get around certain people, they want to talk about things I did when I'm drunk. Like, when I used to drink, like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, that ain't who I am. Like, I want to talk about the lessons I've learned from that situation. By me talking about if I cheated on her or not while she was pregnant, there's no lesson to learn from that, or teach, or even tell people about, like, oh, how I've been overcame X, Y, and Z. It's just like I cheated out through the whole relationship. Mm-hmm. Period. Yeah. That's just, you know.
No, for you. Faith, you can come up if you want to. You got muted for the live though. I couldn't really. I'm talking to somebody else, not you. I just wanted to make sure they knew why they got muted.
I feel like you asked me something I didn't answer before because I had something on my mind.
Yeah, no, I was saying so. I think that it thus far it sounds like you haven't it sounds like you broke that woman down. It doesn't sound like you built her up.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Gonna say, yeah, like in that, if you want to say like emotionally, yes, but at the end of the relationship, she financially benefited or economically benefited. So
you can't, but that's what I'm saying. So we're talking about. I
don't want to take credit for that though. That's what I'm saying.
You can't take credit for that. But also, once again, this is a holistic approach to building people up, right? So, like for an example, do you think Joe Jackson was a good father? No, right? Even though his kids, for the most part, half of his kids were wildly successful, right? Okay. So what does their financial situation or their professional success have to do with them as people?
I mean, it just depends on what you measure successful. Like what spectrum? Like
I measure building a person up by not destroying them. So if you are destroying a person, then you're not building them up, right?
And that's how I say at that time, that's what I would measure building a person up in that aspect. But
you thought I only meant financial?
No, I wouldn't. I didn't think you meant that. No.
Oh, okay.
But when you say the question, that's what I think of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what most people, most men conveniently think of, like, oh, I hope they're buy a house. I hope they're buy a car. But you were cheating on her the whole time. So how was you building her up again? Oh, I hope they go through college, but you was abusing her. You were neglecting her and your children for 5 years. How were you building her up? She after she left you, she had to put together the pieces. So you didn't build her up. You actually destroyed her. And she had to put herself back together again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to you said you've seen more men build women up. How? Where?
How do women build up men?
The way that I'm describing, but in reverse, because they don't tear us down. We don't got to pick up the pieces after after we leave them. And I'm not saying this when I say men, I'm talking about men in general, people who understand context. Of course, some women destroy men, of course, no doubt about it. But for the most part, we don't have to pick up the pieces. We get, you know what I'm saying? Like we get done, we get out the relationship, and all we got to do is work on ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, all we got to do is go to the, you know, we go on to the next, you know what I'm saying? Like to the next whatever endeavor or whatever we're on. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to heal up from my, like when my ex broke up with me, I didn't have to heal up from anything that she did to me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to heal up from me. It is me personally. I'm just using myself as an example, but I think most men this would be the case because most relationships end due to the actions of men. Right? Like it's well documented that most relationships end due to the things that men do. I like cheating, like, you know, like neglecting, like not pulling their weight, so on and so forth, right? So by that logic, where are women tearing us down, right? So women aren't the ones tearing us down, first and foremost. That's the first. So right there, we're starting on a you know, an even ground, I would say, right? Because we're not below it, because we're not negative. Like men are tearing women down, they're slowing women down, they're abusing women. Cool. So women we're men and women in this particular case, when it comes to women helping men out, we're starting at a negative, not a positive yet, right? Then you want to add, how do they build us up? They build us up with words of affirmation, right? They build us up by giving us the tools we need to become whole, healthy people if we want to listen to them. They're typically the ones telling us like, hey, you got some unhealed trauma you need to address. Or when they bring up that thing that makes you feel uncomfortable that you don't want to talk about, it's to help you become a better person so you can address it. When she brings up that thing in an argument that you think she's using your vulnerabilities against you, it's probably something that you really need to check, because that really is the reason why you cheated, is because, you know what I'm saying, you the reason why you think she's cheating on you is because you have abandonment issues because of X, Y, whatever it is. She ain't throwing it in your face. She just like, I think the reason why you don't like me to be online is because you're so afraid I'm gonna cheat because your dad cheated on your mom, or your dad left you, or whatever the case may be, right? And it's not her trying to clown you. She's just like, you need to go heal that trauma. They build us up by doing all the things that we don't want to do or can't do at the time. Like, well, I won't say can't, but in the moment, maybe we can't do it. And they help us learn how to do it. Like even something like making a doctor's appointment for ourselves. They'll tell you to go to your doctor's appointment. They'll make sure you pay your tickets that you get. You know what I'm saying? When you get a fucking parking ticket, they're like, hey, pay that ticket, right? When your license needs to get renewed, they're like, hey, go renew your license. When like they're doing like they're raising you like a child, right?
So let me ask you this: would you say that would you say that would be for a man that is on a lower level than that woman, that's like doesn't take care of his responsibilities on the same level as that woman?
Yeah,
because in most cases, all my relationships, and it could be the choice of women, I don't know, but I've always, even dates, I've always had women be either intimidated by me, say I work too much, or I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's the way I present myself, I don't think, but it just like, yeah, it just, because it's nothing, like, it's not, I'm not going to say it's nothing you could help me level up on. I'm just like, I'm always looking to grow in every area of my life. So I'm always working on myself. In a lot of areas. So like, when it, like, even when it came to my kids, like in a way, I was like the role, like I was just the lead at everything. I was making the doctor's appointments. I was choosing the doctors. I was calling. I was like, it just, I just felt comfortable in doing that. And like, I was the decision maker. Like I feel like most relationships, it'd be kind of reverse. Like the man just let her do whatever. But me, I like to be in control of what's going on. Like, because I feel like I make good decisions, well thought out decisions, calculated decisions.
Like cheating?
So that's not a good decision. Cheating.
I'm just, hey fam, I'm sorry. You know what it sounded like right now. And also, what? you haven't addressed, you are hurt. You don't want to talk about something that you did to somebody else, right? So when you tell me that I've been working on myself, and I'm like, wait, how long ago did y'all break up? 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was,
7 years ago,
and you still haven't healed from that, it sounds like you are indeed not working on yourself.
No, because when I think about why, I think about why I was cheating, right? I even think about like why I even lost my virginity, right? I was around, and I'm not blaming anybody else, but the environment I was around where that was acceptable behavior helped contribute to that for me, right? I remember being in school and everybody talking about how they want a virgin, and they was like, Aaron, you still a virgin? You a loser? Like, what is this? And so the next week I go out and lose my virginity. That's my decision, yes.
Get that man a minute.
Got like
you cut out. You cut out, bro.
Yeah, I had a little thing come up. Yeah. But yeah, my dad had all these kids, right? 20 brothers and sisters and all this. I grew up saying I never want to be like him. Okay. And in my 20s, I became like him. Mm-hmm. I didn't have kids everywhere. I don't have kids, but just with my son's mom. Yeah. But my environment, that's why I talked about being around certain people. They still doing the same things. They can't even escape. So I had to leave that stuff. I had to sit by myself. I didn't, like, before I got married, I didn't jump. I wouldn't, like, mess with nobody. No, I learned how to keep my stuff in my pants, for a year. Basically being celibate for a year. Mm-hmm. That's unbelievable for me. Like, trust me, like, crazy. But it's just, yeah.
But you never, that's what I'm saying, though. You still haven't accepted what you did, right? You still haven't. You're still what you did to your ex. You still haven't accepted it. You still haven't sat with it, and you haven't dealt with it. And it's embarrassing. Trust me, I've been there, brother. Like I've been there before. It shit sucks to sit in that shit.
When you ask me that question, you're asking me to talk about it in detail. If you say I cheated, I say yes.
No.
You said, did I cheat on while she was pregnant? Now that's a personal. That to me, that's like getting personal. And you got like how many women? All that. Like it just seemed a little deeper.
I don't feel like it's any more personal than you. I'm talking about you cheated. But the thing is what I'm saying is if you've taken full accountability for it, then why be embarrassed by it? You see what I'm saying? Like if you recognize that you're not that person anymore, like, and I hate comparing people to me, but I have to do it because it's the way that I understand it in this instance. Like the reason why I can be as open as I try to be on this app, and some people would say I overshare a lot, my wife included. The reason why I can be so open is because I'm not embarrassed because I'm doing the work, or at least I feel like I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually doing the work, and a lot of the stuff I've already dealt with. You know what I mean? Like I've already unpacked it. So I can talk about it openly, right? I'm not bragging about, like when I talk about me being a cheater, I'm not proud of that shit. I'm not bragging about it, right? Like I want to, like I'm saying, I'm like, yes, I was a cheater. I cheated with many women. Like I don't want to downplay it. That's not me saying like, I had more girls than you. Like I'm like, no, I cheated a lot of times. I was terrible. I was really, really bad. It was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hurt my ex. It was, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, I'm going to admit to all of that shit, right? Because I have to. Because if I talk about it, I have to, you know what I'm saying? And there was a long time when I wasn't able to admit that. There was a long time when I blamed, after that happened, bro, I swear to God, I made songs about this shit. I thought she was leaving me because she wanted to get with a dude who like was more educated than me. Like that's what I blamed it on. Like it wasn't me. It wasn't the fact that I treated her like dog shit for 3 years. It wasn't that. It was she just wanted, like how men be like, she just left me to go get with a nigga that got some money. Like that was literally what I did.
So you said you cheated in the past, right?
Oh, yes.
Your question felt like this. If I ask you, when you cheated, did you use protection or not?
I didn't.
When
sometimes.
You cheated.
I didn't.
Don't you feel like that's personal?
It's all personal.
Don't you feel like that's even more like, all right, it's all messed up. Like cheating is cheating. Like, why do I need to go in debt?
There's levels to it. The details matter. But you just asked me, see how it was easy for me to answer? Nope. I didn't use protection sometimes. Sometimes I did.
Right.
It was, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, how you gonna spray me with my own teeth? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, like, why you want me to lie about it now? That shit was 20 years ago. You want me to lie? Like if you asking me about it, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Because why this is like, and I'm not saying that this is therapy. It's not, but I'm saying if we're being honest about a situation, like in a therapy session, why lie about it? Why withhold information? Then you'll never be able to get to the bottom of it. But I've already gotten to the bottom of this before for myself. So I don't give a fuck. And when I say I don't give a fuck, I care about what I did, but I'm saying I don't give a fuck to tell you. Because what you gonna say? You gonna judge me? Cool, fine. I was terrible. What you want me to say? That shit was okay? Am I rationalizing it? If Chan, BBG, y'all get up here and call me a dog and all of that shit and say cheaters gonna cheat forever, you can say whatever you want to say about me. Maybe you're right. I gotta eat that. I gotta hold that L. Like that's I did it. But how am I gonna be more embarrassed than the woman that I fucking cheated? You know what I'm saying? The woman that I abused. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And also, to be fair, this is one of those things where it's like, I don't like, a part of this is like, I don't like using, which I've already done it, but I'm saying like, this is me now being on this platform and having these conversations moving forward. I really don't like talking about it because now I'm putting that woman's business out in the world too. That she got cheated on by some fucking loser. That she, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the type of shit I've been trying to be real careful of moving forward. Is like, I don't want to be putting other people's business out there, but simultaneously, I want to be as honest and as open as I can be, because that's how you actually progress the conversation. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I just don't want to be in this thing like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do much. I mean, I was this type of guy. Like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what. Hey, man, I was my money was inconsistent. I didn't have an education. I was extremely selfish. I was extremely neglectful. I was a liar. I was a manipulator. I was reckless. What you can name it, and I will be like, yep, that was me.
And how old were you? Were you like
20s, early 20s, 21, 20, 21, 22.
So we around the same age doing the same things.
I'm 42 now. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have grown considerably since then. So I'm comfortable. Like, I'm like, if you want to judge me on that, here's what I'm saying. If you want to judge me on that, that's fine. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. That's okay. Like, I have to accept that. You dig what I'm saying? I have to accept the fact that there are some people in here listening to me talk about this, and they like, damn, Pub is a piece of shit. They got it. You can judge me on that. You can have that. That's fine. You can have that. That's your right to judge me on that. I'm not gonna combat you. If somebody come up there and said that to me, what I'm gonna say? No, you wrong. I'm gonna be like, no, that's fair. You can feel like that about me.
But you're an example that men can change. That's what I like to share. That's what I want to start putting out more videos and stuff. I haven't started,
but you got to be the change first, though, brother.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and not cheating is not enough, right? Like, I'm happy for you because that's a step because you're staying now. I'm guessing that at least you don't cheat, right? But that's like
bare minimum.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the next step is to actually heal. And you know what I mean? And then that way we could get to the real root of why you did what, and then help other men to like get to the root of why they do what and X, Y, and Z. But if you don't ever get to the root cause of why you did X, Y, and Z, then how you gonna help somebody else?
Yeah, I know exactly why. I know exactly in my story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just looking back, I know exactly why. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly, Jill.
I don't know if you want to share, you know, your reason for why, but in something that you were saying earlier, it stood out to me. One, because your name, and I'm not trying to throw shade at you, but your name is Breadwinner. And then you kind of started to go into like, you know, a woman can't really build me up. There's not much a woman can do for me because, you know, I'm always working on myself and I'm always growing. And it just, It sounded familiar. I'm gonna just say that. And also it says that you maybe don't see the value in women because you have like this kind of grandiose sense of self, and you feel like, you know, you're the ultimate prize, and you know, I'm sure are a successful person. You probably make a lot of money. But I think that sometimes when men get to this level of financial success, y'all develop this kind of like grandiose sense of self, and you feel like you kind of made it because of that, and y'all neglect a lot of the things that actually matter, like your character.
Right. So I put in my bio, because I get this question a lot, why my name Breadwinner. It's not just because financially, it's because I like to share spiritually, financially, mentally. I try to, so that's why I say the old me used to always look at the financial part. That was me. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like cheating was wrong. I didn't feel like a lot of things was wrong. Everything that I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong.
But you just did that right now, Breadwinner.
Huh?
You just did that right now.
What?
You just did that. You said the old me only looked at finances. And then when the first thing you came up here, you disagreed, and you said because you helped your woman, get established financially. So you still think that way. Why are you saying it like it was past tense? Like you literally.
That's the only example that I could give to disagree with the prompt.
But you
personally,
I know, but you still think like that though.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's still a major part of a lot of thinking. Yeah. But it's not. I know that's not the primary. That's not the only thing that you can help build a person on or grow a person.
Do you agree that you can't destroy a person and build a person up?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, it cancels out. Whatever you did for her financially, I'm sorry, it cancels out if you hurt her a lot more than you helped her.
Yeah. And you ain't got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, shit happens, right? Nobody's perfect, but like, you destroyed that woman, I'm sure. Like, cheating is very, very destructive. Very destructive. Right? So yeah, you destroyed that woman. And you left her after you cheated because you couldn't deal with the fact that you cheated. You couldn't deal with that embarrassment. You couldn't deal with the repercussions of you cheating moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. That really is. That's a tough one. And then you got up here and said you built that woman up. That's when it got real tricky for me. I was like, are we talking about the same one?
I don't say I built her up, but I assisted. I don't building up. It feels like you doing like it just when somebody say that, like I just feel like somebody's doing all the work for you. Like they calling the plays, they calling the people for you. They putting the roadmap in front of you, like for you to follow to be built up. Like they laid out the floor plan for you to build that house. You build it, like right. You put the bricks on everything. So that's I don't know. I just like I feel like let's just say my wife. I wouldn't say she can build me up, but she can assist me into pushing further.
Why can't your wife? I will almost guarantee you that your wife could build you up 10 times better than you could ever build her up. I would guarantee you that. What could you possibly like? Here's what I'm saying. If your wife wasn't with you, right, and your wife wasn't oppressed, right, and I'm not even saying by you, I'm just saying by society, right? If your wife wasn't with you and your wife wasn't oppressed, I'm sure your wife is a whole human being on her own without you.
Right.
A fully functioning human being on her own. What could you be? What more could you do for her?
Hold on. Ask the question, the last part again.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Your wife is. Your wife is. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody talking to me. My bad.
I got you. Take your time, man. You good? Y'all can go ahead, BBG.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think he learned anything. And I definitely would say that the username kind of gives it away. We all know what a breadwinner is. Like, I don't even know what the point of like dancing around that part is, but I think that the other part that kind of gave it away was when it came to elaborating on like the process of what was done to that woman in order for him to continuously build himself up, and to sort of segue away from I cheated on her and the damage that did and how he learned and grew from that. He kind of pivoted away from that. And then when it came to talking about how financially he's done this for her, financially he's, given her this, financially I've made this, like financially I've done this, I'm gonna make that my username, I'm gonna put it in my bio, like I'm gonna do all the things to let people know that I'm spending this cash and I'm paying good money for this oppression. Like she not just out here just, locked up in this cell just because she just locked up in this cell. Like it's nice. It's nice in here. She, she got leather couches in here.
Ain't even no roaches in there.
And it ain't. Her cell got rugs in it. Like she living like doggone like Henry in the jail. You know what I mean? Big mob boss type stuff. But nevertheless, like underestimating the fact that, psychologically something is happening with this lady by trying to be in a relationship with him. And I think that that's on purpose. Like the purpose is to be able, when these stories are told, the purpose is always to be able to be like, oh, well, he ain't that bad. Like he ain't, I mean, he messed up and we all mess up. But, at least he did this. Like, that's always supposed to be the point, because it absolves you of any responsibility of the damage that's done when a woman builds you, as opposed to your, very unrealistic and honestly non-existent way of building her. Like, it's always supposed to go toe-to-toe like that.
Mm-hmm. My purpose on sharing my stories, period, when I come on this platform, when I actually I like coming on here. I like sharing. I like when y'all real critical of me, because it make me go back and I reflect. Like the last stream, I still be thinking about some of the questions that they asked me, how y'all deconstruct and look at things from a different way. Because I like to think I'm right, as you probably say. Like say, I like to think I'm right. And when I hear about somebody, when I'm not around a bunch of yes men or talk people that agree, like I could go to different streams and people, I don't like talking to people I agree. I like when everybody disagrees with me, for real. Yeah. Because it gives me a different point of view of how I might just be thinking fucked up. Mm-hmm. Right? So, like, listening to y'all, it make me think. Like, when that lady, last stream, she was like, well, how are you a leader? Like, in what ways can you lead your wife? And I couldn't really answer. And I'm like, shit. Because I'm still, like, for me, I'm still, of course, we all still growing. I'm still growing. I'm still learning how to be a man, because I was raised by my mom.
No. That's not why.
There's a lot of responsibility. Huh?
That's not why.
Why?
You're not learning how to be a man. You don't have to undo the damage your mom. Now you blaming your mama for something or something. Or even your dad. You're saying the reason why you don't.
From a man. What do you mean?
There's no, what is the difference between being a man and a woman?
I don't know. Tell
me. There aren't. My opinion, there aren't any.
Be a man from?
Huh?
Where do you learn how to be a man from?
The same place you can learn how to. So okay. You know what? This is the best way I can put it to you. You're trying to learn how to perform as a man when you should be learning how to be a human being. So when men say, "Oh, no man taught me how to be a man," you mean no man taught you how to perform as a man. No man taught you how to act like a man. And that's where you get it fucked up. But you shouldn't care about acting like a man. You should care about being a human being. So I would ask you, what was your mama doing? Was your mama not taking care of you? Did your mama not nurture you? Did your mama not love you? Did your mama not give you attention? Did she not give you life lessons? Did she not guide you? Like, what do you need? What men don't do that when they in the house. Even when the man is there, the person that's gonna do that is your mama. That's the thing I don't be understanding. Like, with mommy, daddy together, the person that's most likely gonna be the person that guide you is gonna be your mom anyway. So what do you need your dad for if that's the case? To teach you, you mean how to perform. So you never got to watch a man perform how to be a man. You never got to watch a man how he sips his cognac with his cigar and eats steaks and grunts at the TV. And you know what I mean? Like, you didn't learn how to do that. You didn't learn how to do that. And good. I'm happy for you.
I think it reiterates too how much socially men are taught to dehumanize and objectify women, because when women don't have other women to emulate, they can still become good, well-rounded people. Yeah. Like without, I have a niece and a cousin who both lost their moms at a very, very early age. My cousin was unalive when my cousin was 2 years old, and then my niece, her mom passed when she was 8. Both of them, college educated girls, settled. They have one baby. They have one baby apiece. My niece is.
Uh-oh, she cutting in and out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my niece is an LPN. She owns a house. She, works well. All the things, like literally, and just is a kind person at that. But when women don't have other role models of people to teach them how to emulate womanhood, they still figure out how to treat men like people. Like, they don't have to have men as casualties of them learning how to be a woman. Like, you don't hear women saying, because I didn't have a mom or because I didn't have a dad, I have to cheat on my husband. Mm-hmm. Or I have to, I have to mistreat my partner. I don't know not to hit him and not to yell in his face or how to not support him, because I never had a woman teach me that. There are a whole lot of girls growing up in houses with women who are either with really terrible husbands that they are still treating well, or with no husband at all, and they are treating some man well, that girls automatically understand, even still, how to treat men like human beings. For whatever reason, it's very, very easy because of how society is set up, that men can dislike and dehumanize and objectify women in a way where if they don't have a father figure, they can just say, oh, well, my mom wasn't adequate enough to teach me how to treat women like human beings.
Yep. Hey, real quick, y'all. I don't know if the likes is not working or something like that, but let's get over 100,000 likes, please. Appreciate everybody on the YouTubes, man. And I know the microphone, if it sound off, it's because my mic's not working. So I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get it. I got to try to figure out something to get it fixed. Definitely keep liking up the live. I do got a goal today. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to hit 250. So Vein the Cash App one time. Definitely, y'all know it's $50 a drop, obviously. But y'all also could just support the live in other ways with the give goals and all that stuff. So let's definitely participate in that. And I'm gonna answer this. Antoine said, Mr. Public Man, when did you realize your wife was the one? Did you dedicate the song "Don't Want to Be a Player No More" to her? No, I did not dedicate that song to her. No. I realized that my wife, we were just talking about this the other day. My wife knew I was the one when she met me. And, I didn't realize my wife was the quote unquote one until, years into our relationship. Like, we were already together and I was still like not all the way healed from my past relationship. And I was not in a place to even think about like forever with anybody. But we were together and that wasn't fair to her, but we were definitely still together during that time. So it took me like some years, like 2 years, I would say. And then it was like, okay, she's, she's the one. But, she always had like what I was looking for in a woman. It was never, there was never anything that had to do with her. It was always just like my attention or whatever the case may be. And me just not being like a fully functioning human being or anywhere near it. I wasn't, I was just like very self-centered and I don't know. I just was being selfish. I was just being selfish pretty much. So that's what it was. But yeah, she stuck around. I don't suggest it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something I would ever tell another woman to do, even though my wife did it for me. I would never be on that like, yeah, women need to build men up and blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't say that. I in some ways she got lucky, but in some ways she didn't, because she had to go through me being a terrible human being to her for, 4 or 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it was. So I don't think that that's worth it. for anybody. I don't think any woman deserves that. My wife definitely didn't deserve that and doesn't deserve that. So I think that I got extremely lucky. Yeah, I got extremely lucky. No doubt about it. My wife, and that's why this is my perfect time to at this disclaimer. That is why I will say this forever. As long as I'm married to that woman, if she wakes up tomorrow, we could be in the middle of the best part of our relationship. If she wakes up tomorrow and is like, you got to go, because you know what? I just, you know what I mean? Like what you did to me in the past, I just can't. I would be like, you know what? I would, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I would just get up and pack. I'll be like, hey, damn, can we work it out? But if she's like, nah, I just haven't been able to get over it, and I just feel like you don't really, like, I don't deserve to be with you, I would accept it, because like you can't. It's not a matter of fighting for her. Fighting for a person is disrespectful when they're asking you to not fight for them. You know what I mean? Like she's not her staying is when she's asking me to fight for her. You don't fight for a person after they say they don't want to be with you. That doesn't make any sense. Once they say they don't want to be with you, leave them the fuck alone. Now I'm fighting for her. Now this is me fighting for her. Now me growing and trying to be the best version of myself. That's me fighting for her now. While I have her, that's when I'm fighting for her. If she's gone, she's gone. I have to respect that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all would never catch me online talking about she just woke up one day and she was just like, I don't love you no more. Like I would be like, nah, man. Yeah, shit. I'm happy she stuck it out with me this long. I'm happy she got, you know what I mean? Like I'm happy, that she gave me fucking 17 years. Like whatever the case may be, I would have to give her props. I would never be able to shame that woman. Ever. I would never be able to shame that woman. I would never be able to shame that woman. It just don't, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it would never happen. Thanks, Nia. It would never happen that way. Go ahead, Breadwinner.
But I got like maybe 2 questions.
Yep.
Did you grow up with your dad?
Nope.
Do you feel like in your early 20s you would have made the same mistakes if you did grow up with your father? With the good father. I'm not gonna say what you say.
Oh, with the good father, no, of course not. With two healthy, healed parents, I would have been in a totally different place, right? I don't know where I would have been, but I would have been in I think I would have been in I would have been a more productive citizen for a longer period of my life. Definitely.
Okay.
No doubt about it. But that doesn't, but that's not my dad. That still wouldn't have been my dad teaching me how to be a man. That would have just been me being a healed human being. That's what I'm saying. You don't need a dad to teach. Just like I didn't need my mom. Like a reason why my mom struggled with a lot of the reason, not the reason. A big reason why my mom struggled the way that she did with me was because she was alone. And because of the things that my father and my brother's father did to her and her dad did to her. You know what I'm saying? Like a huge reason why my mom, like, it was rough for us, right? Was because of the abuse that she had suffered from other men. And it's easy as an adult now with children to be like, she should have figured that shit out. She should have became a better human being, right? And I will definitely say that my mom could have done better. But I will never negate all the trauma and all the abuse that she suffered at the hands of my father. And she continued to suffer throughout the duration of my childhood, of my youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never be able to do that. I can never like negate. I could hold her accountable for whatever she needed to change, but I would never act like one didn't affect the other. You know what I mean? Like, so I would have been a different person if my mom was a whole healed human being. You dig what I'm saying? Like if my mom would have not been abused by men and not been traumatized by men and had to be the breadwinner and, not breadwinner, had to be the sole provider and be the dad and be the mom and be the nurturer and be the disciplinary. Like, and my mom didn't have to do all of that. And this is the 80s and the 90s. This is before therapy, the word was being flung around. Like nobody was talking about go to therapy. My mama barely had insurance. I don't even know if insurance fucking covered therapy in the 80s and 90s. I don't even know. I don't even know if she had access to. We lived in the fucking projects. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't no, that woman wasn't getting no fucking therapy. She got through it the best way she could at the time. You know what I mean? Like, she got through it the best way she could at the time. Once again, though, does that mean I got to give her 100% pass and be like, you didn't do nothing wrong, Mom? No, of course I'm gonna hold her accountable for some of the things that she did. But the person I'm really gonna fucking light up is that man. Definitely. But that nigga being there wouldn't have made me a man, or now I'm a man right now. The fuck? I'm a fully functioning man, whole man without my father. Right? Like, as far as being a man, but I don't perform. I don't give a fuck about performing like a man. Who cares? What do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your idea of manhood? I don't have one. I think that's the difference between you and me, Breadwinner. I don't have an idea of manhood because I think manhood is stupid and made up. And I think that the majority of the things that people attribute to manhood are toxic in nature. Name what is a positive characteristic about being a man that most men embody?
I couldn't say anything. That most men embody?
That most men embody. Okay, so why are you trying to be like a man?
I did have my grandfather in my life, right?
Yep. But why? So
he was a very calm man. He wasn't reactional, emotional. There were certain character traits that he had that he provided for his wife. Mm-hmm. 100%.
Okay.
She didn't work.
Did he abuse her? Did he neglect her? Did he treat her like a human being? Did he do all the, which I wouldn't really expect you to answer these questions. I'm just saying, like, you don't know. All you saw was him, like, you wasn't clocking that shit when you was a kid. You didn't fucking know.
No, my grandma told us about it. When my grandpa went through a similar change like me. Like, he became Jehovah's Witness. He used to party, drink, have women. He did all that stuff. And then he changed. He became a Jehovah's Witness and changed his whole life. And that's literally the exact same change. I became Muslim. Like,
okay, so what did he change from?
I just say he used to cheat.
Yeah, on your grandma.
Yeah, on my grandma.
Yeah, so he was an abuser. And right. I'm not saying you can't grow, but I'm just saying, like, to act like your granddad is an embodied. Look, I think what I'm saying is that, like BPG said, why do men, to become men, we got to destroy the women that are closest to us? Before we have to consume a certain amount of women, right? Before we can become a man, right? Before we can slow down. But that's what I'm saying. You didn't become a man when you stopped drinking and stopped partying. You were a man when you was cheating and abusing, because you was a cheater, I was a cheater, your granddaddy was a cheater. That is commonly found within men. That's an attribute that's commonly found in men. Being respectful to women, not cheating, not treating women like objects, that's not commonly found in men. So that's not a manly trait. You see what I'm saying?
So I feel like it shouldn't be. Like, it should be how he ended up, what he ended up becoming, that is a man. What he was before, that's like a child. That's don't
do that to your grandmother was a casualty of that. That's what I mentioned earlier. And this is what I mean by being able to see the humanness of a person. Because there are certain things that I can never say, well, my grandpa was this, but, he occasionally had to discipline my grandmother back in the day. He had a few other kids that we may have known about, but, he overcame that. I can't look past that part because I see too much humanity within my own grandmother and great grandmother. So when I hear about somebody treating them, even that's not fair to treat a human being that way. And that same bell doesn't ring when y'all hear these stories. When y'all hear about your grandmothers going through these things, it's like your mind don't even click that, this is my grandmother that experienced that, and I hurt because she hurt. But you don't see her as that. You don't see her as a full human being. So whatever it is it took for him to grow, if that meant that she had to be in the process, so be it. He grew.
Let me hit this super chat. Mixtress Monica said, men always come up with excuses as to why they are not treating women as human beings. No dad at home equals they are going to treat women poorly. Yeah. It's just it's a wild thing. Like, because it doesn't add up when you really think about it. The person in your life that is the one that is taking care of you the most, and the person you love the most, and the person you admire the most for the majority of your childhood is your mom. But all of a sudden, you don't know how to treat women. It literally flies in the face of logic. And men think that somehow if a man was in the house, you would know how to treat a woman when look at the men in your house. Look at you. You weren't that man. Your children got to see, they see you abusing their mama. Like, what do you think they're gonna learn? How to abuse their mama? It seems like either way, man. If you grew up with a man and that man was abusive, you gonna say, well, that's why I abuse women. If you don't grow up with a man and a man ain't even around, and you grow up with your mama who you grow up admiring and loving on, but you end up abusing women, you're gonna say, oh, I didn't have a man in the house. Not having a man in the house, the number one thing that affects is where you grow up and how you grow up. And when I say how, I'm talking about socioeconomically. You know what? I'll say this and I'll say it again. If my daddy just would have gave fucking some child support, and me and my mama and my brother and my sister could have got up out the projects, I would be a totally different person, because my peer group would have been different, which we all know about from studies that's the number one thing as far as the probability that affects a child's success is their peer groups. And I'm not to shit on my friends, but my friends were undereducated and uneducated. I was the smartest friend in my friend group for a long time, right? I was the most educated person in my peer group. I was the most emotionally stable person in my peer group for a long time. And I'm batshit crazy and undereducated myself. So what the fuck does that tell you? Like, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but here we are. Now, a lot of my friends are 3 years older than me too. And I'm talking about young when it matters. Now it don't fucking matter. But I'm talking about in high school, junior high school age. I'm 12, they 15. I'm 14, they 17. Some of them got kids already. They still acting like little ass babies. I'm in this motherfucker like, why this nigga acting like that? Like, but I'm 14, 15 years old. Like, why that nigga Billy be doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? I was the one that used to squash the beefs. And when I'll be like, bro, why y'all niggas always want to fight? Y'all niggas always want to fight to solve a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was that nigga. I was the voice of reason all the time. Saving niggas from doing stupid shit. Pulling up on niggas. Hey, we should go to their hood. What? Drive to somebody else's hood? Y'all some fucking dumb. Like, I was that nigga. Oh, you scared? Nigga, I'm not scared. I'm just not stupid. Like, what are y'all talking? Like, I was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my peer group, I couldn't imagine being in a peer group with a bunch of niggas like me or better. Shit, I'd have went to college out of high school. I probably wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been so pressed to like prove myself, because all of us had this fucked up idea of masculinity or what it meant to be a man, which seems like you had the same identity crisis, breadwinner, and you had your granddaddy in your life. Like you said you had your granddaddy. So what's your excuse? I had no man. I had no positive male role models. I had a man in my house. Look, this is how much of a piece of shit the man that was in my house is. I be forgetting that he was in my house. And he was in my house since I was 10 years old. So pretty much my whole childhood, there was a whole man in my house. But I still look at my mom as a single mom. My mom was not single. She had a whole man in the house with her. She was not a single mom. On paper, I'm saying technically. But she definitely was a single mom when it came to, reality in the material world. She was 100% a single mother. 100%. I wish she was really single, though. That's the thing. I wish she was really single. Because I had to deal with that trauma from that nigga. And her. And my daddy. And the hood. And, you know what I'm saying? And seeing my homies get unalived and going to funerals and getting shot at myself and getting sweated and getting, you know what I mean? Like, all that shit. I had to deal with all of that shit. Yeah. So I don't like, and I still am not gonna sit here and make a fucking excuse and be like, oh, well, if my daddy was there, like, nah, that nigga's a piece of shit too.
I'm only gonna say, like, the thing about my grandfather, he never talked to me about the things. Like, I feel like if I would have known better, I would have known better.
A lot of men don't talk to you about the things, though, breadwinner. That's my point.
Like, if somebody would have sat me down, you don't supposed to stick your thing in everybody. My mom told me to treat women nicely. I was like, I'm mama's boy, right? I treated women nicely, but that also brought a lot of women to me, and no one taught me how to, like, okay, I have all these women now, keep one. But I didn't think like that. Now I'm seeing the other men around me like, oh, everybody, it's normal.
So why would you? So why would you think having a father? So you, but I'm sorry, I keep going back because you said something already. You said a good father, right? Which changes everything.
Yeah, good father.
Yeah,
I would want my father, even if he ain't good, at least teach me to don't be like me. Like, don't be like, teach me, be like, oh, don't be like me. Like, this is why. This is how I talk to my son. I got a son now, right? All I can tell him is talk to him before the thing occurs, right? Before, like, it's just basic conversations that my mom wasn't comfortable having with me because it's just not, it's not the same.
Why do you think your father would have been comfortable having those conversations with you? I could almost guarantee you he wouldn't have been. Most fathers don't. You just said your granddaddy didn't. Most men don't go to, because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're asking men to teach things to their sons that they don't know. Thank you, Nia. You see what I'm saying? You're literally, like, that's the thing that I've never understood about this. What makes you think that if you had a man in your house that was an abuser himself, he would teach you how to not abuse women?
Because he was one. That's quote was.
I'm not talking about your granddaddy, by the way. I'm saying hypothetically, right? Because more than likely your dad would have been, your dad is an abuser. Well, unless he passed away or something like that. Did he pass away when you were young?
Nah, okay. He's still alive.
He's still alive, yeah. So your dad is an abuser. You dig what I'm saying? So
definitely was
100%. I'm saying not even in the physical. He was an abuser because he abandoned you. That's abuse. So your dad is an abuser. What makes you think that an abuser will be able to teach you how to not be an abuser? If anything, he's going to teach you how to abuse.
Right, but the role of a father is to teach their son, right? To teach their kids, period.
The role of a mother also. Here's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to say necessarily, quote unquote, blame your mom. Like, but your mom could have taught you that same stuff, bro. You didn't need a dad to teach you that. Your mom could have taught you that exact same shit. Hey, I never had a discussion. I'm sorry. That's a lie. My dad, when I did talk to him, it was rare and sparse and sporadic. When I did talk to my dad, a lot of times, especially early on, there was a period in my life when my dad wasn't a total weirdo, right?
Wow.
And when I spoke to my dad in those instances, my dad dropped many jewels on me. Many that I still, the man is smart. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man is smart, highly intelligent in so many ways. In other ways, lowest intelligent you can actually, you could ever imagine. But my father, I remember distinctly talking to him about Smex. And when I was a teenager, before I had Smex, you know what I'm saying? I remember him taking me to the clinic for the first time to get checked out. I was still a virgin. But he took me to the clinic to get checked. I think he just wanted to, you know, like, this is what you do, right? I remember him telling me, hey, when you lay down with a woman, when you lay down with a, you know, at the time I was a teenager. So he was like, when you lay down with a girl, he was like, before you lay down with her, both of y'all, he was like, you take your girlfriend's hand, y'all go to the clinic together, y'all get y'all tests, y'all wait for y'all tests, and y'all read each other's results. And then you lay down with that girl. Don't do it before that. And when you do it, wear protection still. Like, that's what my dad told me when I was like 14, before I was having sex, before I was having Smex, right? My mom never had that conversation with me, ever. My brother never had that conversation. No, my brother might have lightly touched on it at one point in time. And my brother was really big on, like, wearing protection. Like, my brother was a condom wearing motherfucker. He loved the condom. Like, that nigga had a room full of them. I can go in his room and get a condom anytime I wanted to. That nigga wore a condom. Shout out to Ro. That's my nigga. He was a condom wearing mother. He led by example, if that was the case. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but I had that conversation with my dad like once, twice. Now, had he been there to really guide a nigga when the time really came up, because it takes more than just a conversation. You dig what I'm saying? But he definitely planted that seed in my mind when I was, when I was a teenager. So, you know, I had that conversation with him.
But I want to pin a tag on that little nugget that you just dropped, because you said that your brother led by example. I think for a lot of people, it's very, very hard to grasp when you know the stuff that you have done. Okay, you can categorize over your life some of probably the most egregious things that you've done, and you have categorized that in the back of your head. It's very, very hard to confront those things, and for most people, they lead themselves to believe that kids only see what they allow for them to see, and they think that the conversation is going to outweigh whatever it is the kids see. And I remember having because everything about your story is very, very similar to mine, outside of the fact that I ain't got no wieners. But I remember having a very intense conversation with my dad about the effects of seeing all the things that he did throughout my childhood. And the funniest part about it was that was the one time where I really felt like I had a conversation with him and he finally got it. Because when I told him, I was like, all that time you were out partying and doing all this stuff, you was with women and you just had no shame in your game. Your kids were at home and they wanted you there. We had a desire for you to be there, and it broke our hearts that you never were. And he said, I never thought about it like that. I was just having fun. I didn't even know y'all knew, that I was gone. I thought y'all was asleep. I thought, y'all was kids. I didn't think that y'all noticed. He really, and you could tell by the way he looked, he really did not put two and two together. Like, you going out as a man, even if you going out to, run around, you're doing that 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Of course, if you got 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, you think that they sleep while all that's going on. But what you don't ever account for is that the kids can hear the mama crying in the other room, and that affects how they grow. And men don't want to channel. They don't want to get down to that part, because if they get down to that part, it's going to probably break their hearts too much. And then they're going to have to figure out how to deal with, okay, I need to actually be a good human being and stop lying to my kids about who I want them to believe I am.
That's what Breadwinner, and not to throw you under the bus, Breadwinner, but that's what what she just described of her father, to me, sounded like how you were acting about the cheating thing.
That was me. No, that's some real shit that she just shared. That was me. Because I only waited till my kids went to sleep. I thought I was just Superman. You feel me? Like, I'll take care of my business during the day, go out during the night. Oh, they sleep. But I never thought about it like that. I never thought about it in that way ever. So that's real shit. I just want to ask you and probably get off of her. Like, what would you, from what you know about me and what I've shared, what would you say I need to work on as a person, as in general?
In general, I would. Yeah, I mean, the advice that I give most men is this, and it's a simple one, because I don't like to convolute or confuse men. But like, the first step is for you to stop lying to yourself. Like, you really, for all intents and purposes, brother, you have to hold the mirror up to your face. You have to. Like, you got to do it. It's uncomfortable. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna whatever. But the first thing you got to do before you think about helping somebody else, before you think about talking to somebody, before you do any of that type of shit, the first thing you got to do is put the mirror up to your face and examine and take an inventory of all the things that you have done, right? If you need to write it out, I didn't necessarily do this, but I would suggest doing this if you need to, because it's been a while for you. If you need to write it down so you can see it on a piece of paper. Think about all the things that people have said that you have done to them and the ways that you hurt them. Your wife currently, think about all the spats that you guys have or disagreements you guys have or whatever the case may be, right? Write that shit out so you can see it, right? And then go through the list. Go through the list. Is it true? Is it accurate? Is it da-da-da-da? You know what I mean? Like, go through that. Once you, okay, because it doesn't mean that everything that everybody says about you is accurate, right? I'm going to give you grace on that. But when you get to like those 4 or 5 core things, you will also start to see a reoccurrence of shit. You will start to see different people saying the same thing about you, right? And then you'll see it, you'll be like, oh, wow. And then sit with that shit. Like, damn, maybe I am that person. Wow. Maybe it is. Maybe I am the drama, right? And then once you do that, once you once you start to unpack that shit, bro, I promise you, the rest will be easy. Because once you accept it and you accept who you are, right? Then the empathy starts to come in. That's when you start to, damn, I really did that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I really hurt her like that. Wow. Damn, I really hurt my kids. Damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna want to start to heal yourself, and healing yourself is gonna be by helping them, to be honest with you, having them tough conversations, and being and moving forward, being present, right? Like actually being the change, right? Not just being like, I want to be a better person. I recognize I was in a bad place. Pat me on the back. Like, that's fine, but that's like step number 1, right? Now we on to step number 2, and step number 2 is, okay, hey, I want you to know that I hear everything you're saying, and I acknowledge that I did X, Y, and Z to you, and I take full responsibility and accountability for that. And moving forward, here's how I plan on rectifying said situation. Boom, 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 boom. And don't ask them, how can you be better or whatever. That's not labor that they should be doing. Figure it out for yourself, because it's best to figure it out for yourself. How can I be better? Like what? Okay, damn. What led me there? Like you said, if you can identify how you got there, then that's cool. That's a start. You unpack that, right? If it's something from your childhood or whatever, maybe it didn't have anything to do with you. Maybe, more than likely it's societal and all of that stuff, right? And you take into account that you go, okay, you take stock of that. Okay, what are my triggers and what are the things that are influencing me and what has influenced me? And you learn how to avoid that shit or mitigate that shit or whatever you need to do. And then you start having those conversations, and then you start moving forward. You start listening more than you talk. You start accepting more than you judge, right? And you just kind of grow off of that shit. It ain't, I mean, to me, it's not, it's simple, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Like lifting weights is simple, but they're hard. Weights are heavy. It's simple. Get the weight off of you. Push the weight off your chest, right? Form is, fairly easy. Keep your elbows tucked. Boom, elbow, arms back. Let down. Boom, breathe on. Breathe when you cool. You got the thing. But that shit is tough, right? Lifting 225 pounds is heavy, especially when you don't weigh 225 pounds. So, and that shit is going to take work, and you ain't gonna be able to lift 225 off the rip. You're gonna have to lift the bar. You may have to do some push-ups. Then you can lift the bar. Then you can lift 65 pounds. Then you can lift 100 pounds, and so on and so forth. But it ain't the first step in all of this shit is you acknowledging the role that you played, what you have done, who you done it to. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's all you want to say. That's all step number 1. It's a lot of shit in step number 1, but it's that first. But it's so hard to get men to just acknowledge, that you are the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just tough. It's just hard. Like when I tell men they the problem, they think I'm saying like women are perfect. I'm like, well, how does that equate to the same thing? I'm just saying you're the problem. I'm not saying women. My wife get on my fucking last nerve sometimes. You think she like, what the hell? Hell yeah. All the glowing fucking whatever I've said about that woman get on my last nerve sometimes. She ain't perfect. Not too much. Not too much on Cedar though. That's my, y'all don't get to talk about that. Only I get to talk about her. That woman get on my last nerve sometimes. It's rare, but sometimes she does, because she ain't perfect. My wife ain't perfect. She's a goddamn saint though, as far as I'm concerned. She is as close to perfection as I think a human can get. She's as close to perfection as I think a human can get, right? As far as never hurting somebody intentionally, never lying to somebody, always trying to build you up, always trying to help you out, always pulling her own weight, being a good communicator, all of these things. Like, that's like, sometimes she get mad. I give her, sometimes she talk to me spicy. We all been there, right?
Do you think it's possible to, I wouldn't say repair, but at least a little bit to reverse some of the damage I've done to my last family? Like, I'm meaning my son, my son, my baby mom. Like, what would that look like?
That would look like you, I I mean, since you guys do have a relationship still, normally I would say don't spin the block because you know what I mean, like, you know, you got somebody else, you married and shit. It would, to me, it would be a little disrespectful. But since you got kids together, then I think it's, you know, I think you should have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because for the kids' sake, at the very least. But yeah, talking to her, like I said, after you've taken all that inventory, you can bring to her the list and say, these are the things that I feel like I've done to you. Is there anything missing off the list? This is what I feel like. And, you know, and this is what I think happened. This is what I think happened to me from my perspective. And this is how I think it affected you. Right. And I apologize for doing X, Y, and Z to you. First and foremost, I want to let you know I am sincerely sorry for all of those things. And yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whatever.
And pay public $300 for this session, nigga. you getting therapy for the free though.
And then after
the Cash App.
Oh, the Cash App's right there, brother. Public Defender 100. And then after you have that conversation with that woman, or I mean, after you say that, then moving forward, actually being the person who you set out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like actually being that, because words are fine, right? Words are important, right? Like when black people get reparations, yeah, we want that money. Run us our checks. But we also need an apology. We need an acknowledgement of the wrongs that were done to us so that we can know moving forward they won't happen again. If you never acknowledge what you did to me, there's a chance that I think that you gonna do it to me again, right? So yeah, this is what I did. This is how I fucked up. And then moving forward, don't ever do that shit again. That's all you can do at this point. And for your kids, just show up for them. Just keep showing up for them.
And the best apology after you've done all that is change behavior. 100%. Because it ain't nothing worse than a bitch that say sorry and go turn around and do the same thing.
That shit wicked. That is manipulation. Saying sorry and not changing is 100% gaslighting. 100%. Even if you don't mean to do it. Even if when you said it, you believed it. When you said it, you believed it. Don't get me wrong. When you said it, you believed it, right? I don't knock you for that. But your actions moving forward, you have total control of, and you never corrected it? Nah, that's manipulation. That's intentional because every day you had the choice to not, you know what I'm saying, to actually change the behavior, and you chose not to do it, and you choose not to do it. That's manipulation. That is intentional. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, as long as if you apologize and then you change, oh, you good, brother. You a winner in my book. I don't care what nobody say about you. You a winner in my book. That's all we can do. You fucked up. Bet. And if they don't want to fuck with you, they don't want to fuck with you. If they feel some type of way about you, they feel some type of way about you. You got to just hold that. That's the rejection. Look, man, when men get rejected, that's when you really know if you healed up or not. When people don't act the way that you believe they should act, when you start on your growth journey, right? And you feel like you grown and you feel like you got your big boy britches on, and that woman don't start like treating you like the big boy you think you are, that's when that ego gets challenged. That's when that ego gets challenged. You dig what I'm saying? That's when it's like, hey man, you know, you can never throw your journey, or you can never throw that shit into somebody's face. What? I'm working on myself. You don't see me work on. As soon as you do that shit, I know you not really, you perform it. You perform it.
And just to add from a woman's perspective, because I had to tell my husband this, and you got up here breadwinner, I ain't gonna hold you. The truth make you niggas so uncomfortable. Like the fact that you was like about crawling out your skin when public was trying to, you know, kind of pry a little bit and get you to kind of open up and be open about what you had done, that made you very uncomfortable. And what I told my husband was sometimes you have to sit in the discomfort. Like you have to feel that. And again,
like you do. Like you do. you got to sit in the person that's harmed has to sit in the discomfort that was, you know what I'm saying? You got to sit in the discomfort because you were harmed. So why did you get off on, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get off from like being uncomfortable when Kay got to be uncomfortable from somebody, you know what I mean? Like that's a thing that for me, I had to understand that. Like, cause I was breadwinner, just like you, bro. Oh man, look, you doing this on the live. I was doing this shit to my wife. I was doing this shit to my ex. Like she'd bring some shit up and I'm like, why you want to bring that shit up for? I told you I'm sorry. God damn. Yelling at him, yelling an apology at him. You want me to say I'm sorry? Fuck, I'm sorry. Doing that shit.
Phil literally said, like as if you could wave a magic wand. He said, what is it going to take for this not to be a conversation anymore? And I said,
it'll always be a conversation. Like Breadwinner, I appreciate you. He a man in his word. Shout out Breadwinner, man. Bang in the Cash App.
I Cash App you. Yep, I'm about to get off of here. I appreciate everybody's advice, and trust me, I'm listening.
I hear you, brother.
Taking in, and I do reflect on what y'all say. No matter what y'all be commenting, you know, I don't look at the comments, but
hey, you learning. You learning not to read the fucking comments, nigga.
I feel like a relationship cannot fail if a person is willing to compromise, listen, and change. Like a nigga can be a piece of shit if he's still willing to do that stuff. Then you know you can still win. You just gotta listen. Before I didn't listen, so I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.
We did it, y'all. Oh, we did it.
Look at the deliverance. Oh. It just feels like yesterday when Sean was a little sapling and he came up here and was delivered.
I am delivered. We did it, Joe. Hey, man. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all go vote for that black woman. I ain't gonna even hold you.
I did. They was hating on me at the polls. I ain't even gonna hold you. I felt some kind of way. Like I felt real uncomfortable around white people. Like I was like, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable." And it was an out of body experience because that was the first time in my life that I truly felt uncomfortable around YT people. And I went to a school with predominantly YT people until I went to college. Like, bruh. So it was interesting. Just cause it was a bunch of boomers and shit, but then the vote machine wasn't taking my shit, and I was like, I said, oh hell no. She said, oh well, if you gotta want to go do it again, and we can discard this, and I was like, ma'am, I'm finna stand right here, and we finna make this shit go in.
Yeah, y'all definitely.
Y'all ain't finna throw my shit in the trash.
Y'all definitely go do that. Hey, well. It seems like we don't got no more ops in the box. Y'all know I'm definitely afraid of the shit turning into an echo chamber. So I can't do the echo chambers, man. That shit fuck with my heart.
I'm gonna go. I gotta study, but I just came up here to tell Bread like it's uncomfortable when you're doing the work. If you're truly doing the work, you're gonna be uncomfortable. That shit is not gonna feel good. It ain't gonna make you feel good. You gonna have to sit in that sometimes.
Facts.
Yeah.
If other people sitting in it, you gotta sit in it. That's all. I think it's go ahead, BBG.
I think it's also wild that they always use their granddaddy as an example. Like my granddaddy and my grandma never had that going on. I'm like, how do you know? I talked to my grandma. Did you think that she was gonna give you the tea? Like, did you think that she was about to pour her heart out to you about obviously your favorite person? Like that's always weird to me. And I think that's the part I like the most about being a girl. You get to a point where your mamas, your aunties, your grandma, all of them, they just become women. Like y'all literally, if you don't have a lot of issues, you transition from mother, daughter, grandmother, granddaughter relationship into homegirls at some point. And then you start to get the real tea on what was happening. And nothing was funnier to me than thinking like the whole time that my great granddaddy, because he was like the patriarch of our family by definition. Everybody loved him. That was always how if you went down south and you said that you was Junior's child, you straight, you good. Everybody's gonna take care of you. However, I remember sitting on the edge of my great aunt's bed, and I'm like, yeah, you know, Big Mama used to tell me about her and Big Daddy, blah, 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 going on and on and on. You know, my Big Daddy is my Big Daddy. And his sister, this was his sister, because he had already passed because he passed before I was born. She was like, baby, he was not all that great. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah. He used to get down back in the day, baby. Mm-hmm. He used to be he used to go upside your Big Mama's head, and he would be outside with them women, and he would be doing this and doing. And I said, wait a minute. This a different side here that you giving up the tea. And I mean, she started just pouring it all out. And I think that men never get the chance to do that. Because for one, even if they get to the point of like keeping it real and hashing it up with their dads are always going to give the same kind of caveats that breadwinner gave, which is, you know, yeah, I did this to your mama, but I grew as a man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had another family, but I grew as a man. Yeah, I cheated and I spent all the money that was in the account, but I grew as a man. And it's like, well, if I get to grow as a man at the end, then sure, I'll do all of that stuff. Yeah. Women don't get that same thing. Like, baby, they will get you in that kitchen and be like, you go to school, you get you some money, you make sure you ain't got to depend on no man. And if you find one that's good enough to hunch on, you stay with that one long as you want to, but you always make sure you got something on the side for yourself. Men are not having those same kind of conversations with their boys.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. What up, Jeff? Just so y'all know, we switched the prompt. It says women cannot trap men with babies. So yeah, that's where we at. If you disagree, please jump in the box. Come up. I would love to know how women trap men with babies. If you could tell us, if you can articulate that, I would love to know. Oh, Miss Chrissy, baby, who was talking about this? Tell them to come in here. Uh-huh. The dust storm is brewing. Uh-huh. What up, Never Seen?
What's up, Bob?
Chilling.
I was just coming. Oh, shit. I didn't even wait for a response, y'all. See, I got to unpack that. I was just coming to say, what I noticed with dude that was just up here, breadwinner, that shit is fatherless behavior. Like, I know they like to say women being promiscuous and behaving a certain way is a kind of fatherless behavior. But we don't talk enough about the fatherless. And I ain't trying to change your prompt or nothing, but that shit right there, we don't talk enough about how men display fatherless behavior because we're so busy trying to put it on women. But that right there, it's either fatherless behavior or had a father in the home who was super toxic. Because that right there doesn't make any sense. A lot of these dudes, when I see them come up here, and you know, when you do your, we did it, Joe. Like when you finally when you finally change their minds, or you know, get them to start opening up and being receptive to the information so that they can start practicing it. I had Cash App you, but I'm gonna just say it. Men take so long to get to the point that we got to at 8. The level of empathy that we as women get to at when we're girls. It's just ridiculous. How did you get to like I'm gonna guess like 40-ish. Why did it take you?
No, I think he's 30. He's 33.
He my age.
Yep.
I'm speechless. Why did you get to my age and then be like, oh, my actions hurt people? How do I be better?
No accountability. No. Yeah, I mean, you know, we joke about bringing shame back, but I don't know about shame, right? Because what's wrong with shaming people again? I'm curious. As long as how do we?
You know what's weird about shaming people?
Okay.
The people who do the shaming are always upset about being shamed.
Yeah, okay.
That's the part.
Okay.
It's never directed at the right people. The shame is always directed at people who, I feel like it's directed at people who feel like they can sort of get away with it. Like they do that specifically to people that they, this person really ain't gonna fight back like that. Like I sense some level of what people would consider weakness in this person. Mm-hmm. So I'm ashamed of single mother. I already know she taking care of 3 kids. She got a job. She in school. She ain't got time to even figure out why I'm shaming her. She's so exhausted and upset by what I'm saying because she's exhausted. I'm going to blame her. They not going to blame the dad. He got plenty of time to be shamed.
I think I'm asking more like, what's wrong with like you do a thing and that thing is bad and then society goes, that's bad for shame. What's wrong with that?
I got the answer for that one.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
My service rough. So use the Uncle Larry scenario. When the child doesn't want to hug Uncle Larry because Uncle Larry's a weirdo, mm-hmm. and you shame the child and say, no, that's your uncle. You should hug him. It starts there. It should be on Uncle Larry, but society says, no, that's your uncle. You should want to hug him and stuff like that. So then that's the problem with the shame tactic, is because it's not directed at the right person. And then society collectively together is trying to change that. But now it's like, no, we shouldn't shame people. So we should just get rid of shame altogether because people don't know how to shame the right people.
Shame is like the yin and yang symbol. You know how it's white. It's like the yin and yang symbol. You know how it's white and black and it got a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. So with shame, it's like, sometimes it could be good, but it has its downsides and vice versa. I look at shame through the lens of cancel culture. There are some people who are not held accountable by the law. And so sometimes that kind of like public shame, canceling people for the things they do is another way to hold them accountable.
Nah, that's not shaming. She said it. Shun them instead. I like that. I like that. They can't come in polite society anymore. Right? You don't shame them. You don't say nothing about it. You just can't come in polite society anymore. You did what? You what? Oh no, you can't come around us no more.
Legit. And that would be dope if it was like for men who abuse women, men who abuse children, like you know what I mean? People who run and cover for these kinds of people, like that would be really, really great. Except usually, like I said, that shame usually goes to a girl, she slept with a boy who told her he loved her. Now we gonna shame her. Yeah. A woman that's a single mother. Even men who are nice men around other bad men get shamed for being nice men, like for being kind men, like actual nice kind men.
You ain't got to tell me.
Tell them. People, think about how many times dudes done told you, like you are a panderer because you tell women that they are great. The craziest part of that line to me is always that it's Public's a panderer. Why is he? He always telling women they can be anything. He always telling women that they don't got to deal with, men who mistreat them. He always telling women that they don't have to, be ashamed of themselves, that they can grow and be good people. And I'm listening like, this is why you want to shun him? Like, and I've never even heard you say stuff like that, truth be told.
Yeah.
But like, that's where the shame usually is allotted to. It's like, the people who they feel like are the good people in society, they shame and shun them, and then they tell the rest of us this is just how the world works. You and everybody ain't gonna like you, everybody ain't gonna treat you nice. Yeah, because y'all shunned away all the nice, kind people. So now that's left is all of you niggas who don't know how to treat people right.
And that's the end game. That's what they want. Miss Christy Baby said, Pub, the man was arguing single mothers should stay single forever. Who don't like single mothers? I don't be understanding. Everybody know after that first baby come out. I think NASA proved this. 92% of women get more attractive. After that first baby, after that first baby come out, if you look up the numbers, there's some numbers on this shit. I'm thinking like 92, 93% of women get more attractive. They get like, 13, 14, 15% more attractive. Proven by NASA.
Don't fool around and breastfeed. Don't fool around and breastfeed.
Oh, yeah, when they breastfeed?
Because the game changed.
They burn too many calories.
Literally.
The breastfeed burns too many calories.
6 after I had my first kid. I was a size 10 before I had my first kid. I was a size 6 after I had my first kid. And like, we ain't even talking about size work. Like, we literally talking about just losing weight. Because when you breastfeed, it literally contracts your uterus back. So you talking about losing just stomach weight and being able to keep everything else. Why do people not want to be around single mothers? They got the best snacks. They look the best. They usually know where all the fun spots is. Because let's be honest, the only thing adults ever want to do is like hookah and clubs. And you know, like, who want to do that? But single mothers, they know where all the best museums are. They know where the stuff you can do during the day, where the best brunch spots are. That's the go-to. That should be the go-to.
They do daytime fun. Go ahead, Jeff.
You said all the fun spot. You said all the fun spots, but that's in and outside the bedroom. I'm just saying.
Fact.
I gotta. Oh, sorry, Pod.
You good?
I gotta drop real fast. So I just want to say, hopefully that part with Breadwinner where you gave him that advice, it'd be nice. I don't want to tell you how to run your shit, but it'd be nice if you took that specific part and put it on the YouTubes because I'm waiting for that. Like,
oh yeah, it's going up.
That in my life.
Oh, it's going up. Never seen.
Oh, thanks. And the second thing is, y'all make sure y'all pouring into yourselves and taking care of yourselves. Stay happy. Y'all all have a good one. Peace.
All right. Have a good Friday. All right. Well, what y'all want me to do? When you got 400 people in the live and don't nobody want to come up, I figure everybody in here agree. And I can't do it.
Yeah, that's
when you keep talking junk. That's when you keep talking junk.
What'd you say? I can't barely hear you, Jeff.
Messy, you know, I was just.
What'd you say?
I said we can be messy. I was just on another live over there. I got pulled into that. I don't know if you heard about that or not.
Nuh-uh. What happened?
I got to the gym and I got on a little Wi-Fi over here, and so I was gonna get on TikTok Live and listen to you. I knew you was live, and I saw a T-Money 99 up at the top, and I was like, that ain't right. I shouldn't be following him. Like that shouldn't be popping up on my stuff. So I clicked on it to unfollow, and he was, oh, Alabama fella is here, and then immediately sent a request. Immediately, and then pulled me on the panel and started talking all this smack and all. Oh man, I don't get it. I don't get it. I had to call it skinny with titties, skinny slacks, everything.
What? You called him skinny with titties?
Yeah. He was like, why are you bashing people? I said, so you're telling me you ain't skinny with titties? Are you telling me that right now? Because you skinny with titties. Like it's just a fact. Don't lie on nothing, huh?
That man crazy. For some reason, I don't know if he don't. I don't know, but I could see him. I don't know. They just don't know what they don't know. I forgive him.
And I told him, I said, look, man, I said, if you want to clown on my shoes, they like $15 from Walmart. Come say I got some Bobo ass Payless shoes. You can say that. Like I ain't mad about it. It's the truth. You know, like I don't dress like that. That's not me. That's not who I am. You're skinny with titties and your personality is you're tall. That's what you are. Like, and I mean, don't be upset when people say it. You know, again, like if you tell me I got some punk ass shoes on, I'm gonna be like, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
You gonna own it.
Yeah,
you gonna own it.
100%. And and then he told me because I was from Alabama, I was a problem. I was something I can't even remember what all name call he was doing. But man, you down in all 5 million of us from Alabama? That's wild work. Crazy work.
What's wrong with Alabama? What's wrong with people from Alabama?
I ain't exactly sure, but he told me I wanted to be a black man so hard. I said, man, I'm just trying to be who I am. So please don't clown on that. You know, but he consumes none of my content. None of that.
Wait. When you start trying to be black?
Look, the way my melanin's set up, I ain't trying to be, I ain't gonna be, I ain't trying to nothing. I'm just trying to be who I am.
Has he seen you wear? You just said you wear Walmart shoes. No, nigga. I don't wear Walmart shoes. I don't know what nigga. There ain't a nigga on this planet I know wear Walmart shoes and be like, yeah, I wear Walmart. Like, no, what the fuck? I've never seen you once. You just because you got a country accent, everybody think you trying to be black or something like that. I'm like, my guy just got a country accent because he's from the country. It'll make you trying to be black.
It just tells me they ain't never been to Alabama, which is fine. You ain't got to come. Yeah, you ain't got to be here. It's all right. It's all right. But I'm gonna ride in my drop top. We're gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut up. We're gonna eat this fish on Fridays. You know, and do our little thing.
Yep. You more close to the black culture than me down there. I ain't gonna even hold you because I don't do none of that shit. We drive Teslas out here, baby. I don't know. You got Tesla too, though. You got Tesla too.
I'll be on that side of things too.
You got Tesla too, though. You got Tesla too.
Yeah, we're gonna be in that big body though. Yeah, we're gonna ride them 24s.
But you got a slab and a Tesla. That's what I'm saying. So that's different. I don't.
Somebody else in one of these songs somewhere said, "I'm just a product of my environment."
That's it.
Yep.
The end of the day. Hey, but yeah, they I got an hour left. I think I'm probably gonna restart the live real quick.
Yeah, find you some fish.
Yeah, bring me the prompt back. Let's see how I go. I know how I go, man. TikTok just be, they be fucking with me. So let's see how it happens. Hey, I gotta restart the live, y'all. I got a new prompt up. Reese Scott said balloon pop. All right, I got you. I've been so busy, y'all. I've been so busy. I'm behind the 8 ball in this thing. I'm behind the 8 ball in this thing. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I saw this one nigga be on the app talking. Sounded like Kermit the Frog. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Spooky for the Pookies. You know. Yeah, we gotta run it back. We're gonna run back a new topic for the live. Women cannot trap men with babies. If you was in the other live, you would know why we spinning the block on both of those. On the last 2 topics, you already know. It's spooky pookie season. They out here, man. Y'all be safe. The dust is thick. You have a question. Do you have a healthy relationship with a male or a man? My dog is a male. Come here. Teddy bear. Come here, pup. I got a healthy relationship with the male. Look. This is Teddy. He's a male. Teddy, you a male? He don't got no balls, but he's still a male. He don't got no balls. You know what I'm saying? This my guy. This my male friend. A teddy bear. He was sleeping. He was getting some naps in. Teddy was getting his nap. He was getting his nap time on, y'all. He was napping. He was a nappy. And his hair nappy. Like his daddy's. Okay. Go lay down. Yeah, he got that 4B for sure. Yeah, he tried to exactly. I just told you you just asked me, do I have a good relationship with the male? I got a good relationship with the male right there. Teddy bear. Or do you mean men? Yeah. I have tons of friends that are men. I predominantly hear. Well, I had a conversation from the comments. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm not a comment responder. I hate it, actually. I hate responding to the comments. Mister, what's good, man?
What's up, brother? I'm at the office right now, brother.
You good?
I'm gonna have to. I just came up to.
What you want to ask me, brother? Ask me the question.
I'm at the office though, brother. Make it quick. I'm gonna make it quick, brother.
Okay, I'm listening.
Do you have any healthy relationships with any men? I'm just curious, you know.
Do I have any healthy relationships with any men?
Yeah. Healthy.
No. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's a lie. I think what I'm doing is I'm confusing the men that are closest to me, and I don't think that any of my friends or as a group, I don't think we're healed enough to have healthy relationships with one another. But I do have like friends. Yeah, I do have male friends that are definitely like the interactions are healthy. But yeah, most men aren't healthy, so it's hard to have healthy relationships with men.
Have you ever had any male figure that you looked up to? I'm just curious, brother, because
yeah. Oh yeah, of course, my brother.
Okay.
I looked up to my brother for the vast majority of my life. In some ways, I still do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
was there any disappointment with that relationship? Did you come to the realization that there was something that maybe that you didn't disagree with?
That I did disagree with?
Yeah. As far as his personality characteristics, anything that would have caused you to maybe not have, because even the relationship with my father, me and my father, I can give you an example. It did become a time. There was a point where I thought he was a god. I thought my father was literally God. I thought he was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was a point when I would say I turned about 13 where I started seeing his imperfections.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing, I would say that the healthy part about that exchange with him is that he allowed me to see his his imperfections, and then he allowed me to critique him. And his expectation was for me to do better.
Mm-hmm.
That was his expectation. So that's why I wonder, have you ever had? I wonder a lot of times, do brothers in particular, I know this ain't a show that's based on any
race,
anyone's ethnicity, yeah. But I've always wondered, do brothers typically, do they have, what causes, a lot of brothers to have this pessimistic perspective, this reality that's so negative in a sense.
I mean, if it's reality,
what caused that?
But if it's reality, then wouldn't that just mean that I accepted reality? It's not I don't believe in my reality. That's not a thing. Reality is only one reality. So if it's reality, that I've just accepted that most men ain't shit.
Well, wow. See, I guess that's pretty deep, because on the other hand, I believe in multiple. I believe in. I get what you're saying. I know where your angle, where you're about to go with it, but I do believe that there's many truths. There's many realities.
Mm-mm.
There's not just one singular. It's pretty much based on one's perception.
No, it's not true. definitely not true.
So what would you say about the young girl that's impoverished, or young male that's in poverty, just now starting off as an adult, who maybe had some form of trauma that they weren't healed from. Well, I guess a good example would be two kids in the same household, both experience some trauma, but one's perception is a negative one, and the other one has a more uplifting perception. Those two people will live in two completely different realities based on their perception. Because again, reality is something that once you die, there is your reality. Your reality is an individual thing. It ceased to exist.
It's not your reality. The reality. I think you're confusing reality with perception or perspective. Right. So the reality is both people were.
I'm sorry, bro. I got an important call.
Take it.
I'm sorry. I'll get with you.
Take it. I got you. Oh, I know. I was just gonna let him walk into the point. I was just gonna let him walk into the point. You gotta be gentle. You know what I mean? You gotta let that shit happen. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen one way or the other. Whether it be now or later. But yeah. Anytime men act like I'm being pessimistic about men, I don't think they understand the definition of pessimism. Because acknowledging that men ain't shit is not pessimistic about men. I'm actually optimistic about men. I actually think men can change. I actually think men will change. I acknowledge that men have changed. I'm not being pessimistic about men. But I'm accepting where men currently are and where we have been for the last fucking 10,000 years. That's the difference. That's the reality that I've accepted. That's not my perception of reality. That is the reality. Every indicator points to the fact that men are not. We ain't shit. Put it gently. Appreciate you, Mainstay. Right? That's what it points to. If you ask that, if you ask any man, which I was going to ask him, what person has hurt you the most in your life? If you ask any man who has hurt you the most in your life, the vast majority of them would say another man. And if they don't say a man, start to ask them some questions, and it will be revealed that it was a man. Friend of the people said, I hurt me. And you a man, see? So your biggest op is a man, whether it's you as a man or it's some other man. I guarantee you, at the end of the day, the person that has hurt you the most, in most cases, is a man. Sorry. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, for those of you where that doesn't apply, let it fly. If your granny did you the worst, if your mama did you the worst, if your neighbor next door, if some woman accused you of a crime you didn't commit and you got locked up for 20 years, bet. Bet. Absolutely. Even then, I would ask you, let's say you got falsely accused. They lock you up. Who locked you up? Who prosecuted you? Who created that system? Who? Start asking yourself those questions. And at the end of it, I'm not saying that had that woman not, accused you of that crime, had she not done that you would have been in the same situation. But I had to acknowledge that the people who actually did the harm to you were still men. They were still men. If a woman goes, if a woman comes home and my mama hit me up and say, baby, it's this man. He said he was going to do X, Y, and Z to me. You got to come over here and fuck him up. This man put his hands all over me. You got to come over here and fuck him up. And I come over there and I fuck that man up. Let's say he did or he didn't do it. Who was the one who actually caused the harm? The woman or me? Because I didn't have to come over there and fuck you up. Right? Last time I checked, I didn't have to drive over there and fuck you up. So I just want y'all to understand that at the end of the day gonna end. Okay? Somebody said they want some cheeses. These is premium whatever these crackers is called, saltine crackers, Nabisco, whatever. They fire. They like cheeses without the cheese. They taste just like cheese without the cheese. With no drink. I already drank it. Look, I drank one of these earlier. They bomb. I never had them. I got them the other day. I was like, oh shit. Minis smacking. Slapping. But yeah. They're just saltine crackers. It sounds dry. Nah, my mouth, I ain't gonna, never mind, I almost said something. Anyways, but yeah, so that's why I don't, when I be talking to men and they try to get around this like issue that the vast majority of the time and the vast majority of men, their biggest op is a man. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I would like to tell you something else. I would like to say, I wouldn't like to tell you something else, but you know what I mean? Like to make you feel better, right? I would love to be able to tell you something else. I would love to be able to tell you that, oh, it's not a man. It was your sister. It was some random woman in the, whatever. That makes you feel better, but it's not, unfortunately. It's not what it is. That's not what it is. But anyways, we back to it. Men do trap women with babies. Yep. I ran that prompt before, but I'm gonna try it this way. Only men trap women with babies. Women, it is impossible for women to trap men with babies. It is impossible. It doesn't make it physically doesn't make sense. It physically doesn't make sense. Like scientifically, it doesn't make sense to say that. I swear to God. Yeah. I know. There is just a white wall. I never have a prompt up in the background on YouTube. But yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, can't trap you if you can disappear. Here's the thing. If a man impregnates a woman, exactly, Liz. If a man impregnates a woman, can't that man just leave that woman while she's still pregnant? Right? B said her body eated it. So when men say that women trap men with babies, that's why I be very confused. There's a high level of confusion there for me. I don't get it. I'm like, wait, you can just leave while she's pregnant. She still got the baby inside of her. It's like getting somebody to put a car in their name, 100% in their name. But you agree that you're gonna sign up. You agree that you're gonna pay the car note, right? That's how you get them to buy the car. I'm gonna pay the car note. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay the car note. But my credit is fucked up. Put it in your name. I can't buy the car. You can't. So buy the car. The person goes, oh, no problem. I'll buy the car. You promise you're gonna, yes, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna take care of it. Da, 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 da. And then you not pay the car. The person who the car's name is under, that is who it's gonna affect. It ain't gonna affect you at all. It's not gonna affect you at all. I could take you to small claims court. I could try to sue, whatever. But I am going to suffer way more than you are, no matter what. So I would only, like, why would I risk that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would a woman risk that when they know a man could walk away at any given time? It just doesn't make any sense. So how are women trapping men with babies? To trap a man with the baby, are you telling me that men are like a woman has a baby with the man and she knows that he's going to be a provider and she knows if she has his kid, he's going to stay with her for the kids? Like, that's on him. Choose better, nigga. Sorry. If you like that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You think that a woman can like have a baby and then like that baby is going to make that man stay? Like, in what universe is that the case? Isn't it the other way around typically? Don't men typically leave when the baby comes? Shit'll be all peaches and cream up until that baby get here. Now all of a sudden he a different man. He don't know how to act. He jealous of the baby. He feel like you don't spend enough time with him. You too tired. You don't want to lay down and hunch on that nigga when he want to, like you used to when y'all was single, when y'all was hunching like rabbits. He don't like the fact that you put on 30, 45 pounds. When did that happen? Like, doesn't it happen all the fucking time? You telling me I'm supposed to believe that magically these same men are like, no, I just got to stay around for my baby. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Jealous of a baby is crazy work, wicked work. But does it happen? Every goddamn day. And twice on Sunday. Being jealous of a baby, definitely wild as fuck. I couldn't imagine it. I can't imagine it. But does it happen? Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. One guy confessed it to you. Just one? Just one? Crazy. That's all right. Shit, niggas get jealous when women get jobs. Men be jealous when women go back to school. You think they wouldn't get jealous of a baby? Men get jealous when women go on vacations. They call them big money. Oh, I see you, big money. Hey, somebody told me that one of my mutuals on here told me one time she was messing with this dude and the nigga got mad because she kept going on vacations. And he flipped the table over on her like, you always going on vacations. I'm sorry. Damn, that shit funny, man. That nigga flipped the table over on that woman and was like, you always going on vacation. Oh my God. He was so mad at her. I was like, what? Because she was going on vacations without him. That nigga was mad, dude, because she was going on vacations without him and he didn't have no money. Hey, man. Hey, man. All I'm saying is, men, yes, they get jealous of children. Yes, absolutely. That's all I'm saying. Miss Poetric said, I was just watching another content creator talking about how if everything black men could ask VP for, they ask for child support forgiveness. Yeah, I seen that. I did a whole live on that shit, actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Black men out here asking for what's it called? Child support forgiveness. I mean, so is the thought process there? The government forgives the child support, but then the government pays it still, because the baby still needs the money, right? When you say forgiveness, somebody has to be made whole in this situation. So are you saying they forgive your child support, but then they pay on your behalf? They pay like they like if you're in arrears, right? And you owe $40,000, do they, because that woman still deserves that $40,000. So does the government pay the $40,000? Because y'all know that's how forgiveness works, right? Like student loan forgiveness isn't going to be like they just go to Fannie Mae and they go, hey, Fannie Mae, just forgive all of those loans. No, they're going to pay those loans on your behalf, right? So, and in this particular case, the recipient of the money should have been the mother or the custodial parent. So you guys want the government to pay the mother? But I thought y'all hated, I thought welfare destroyed the black community. Isn't that odd? I thought welfare destroyed the black community. Sally Mae, sorry, I said Fannie Mae. I ain't got no student loans. What up, Tip?
I'm gonna get these mini saltines that you're crunching on.
They fire.
Yeah, I gotta try them out. So I don't know if you're kind of like asking, are you asking about child support forgiveness? Like sometimes that happens in this, like in between custodial and non-custodial.
No, I don't know what the fuck they talk. The men's is out here saying, black men specifically, they're like, hey, come on, Kamala, you want us to vote for you? Forgive our child support. Which, last time I checked, most black men, white men, whatever men, aren't on child support. Right?
I think the majority of non-custodial parents are obviously non-custodials are usually the men, the fathers, right? Yeah. Hey, Miss Priest or Miss Priest? Sorry, I don't know if I said it wrong. So then also I would say yes. So the majority of who is on child support is in fact men, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Like my situation, like not to get like anecdotal, but like my situation, my ex owes $6,300 currently. Like that's like the sad part is, that's like a lower amount compared to like, remember that day you were on your live and you asked women what their ex had owed, and some people were putting like 73,000 things like that. So I think the only time but I didn't know that that's what you're saying that men are saying about voting for Kamala, that she needs to forgive their child support. What? Yeah,
that's what they said. You know, when she came out with the little thing like specifically for a black men list, the black man read the list and was like, "No, fuck all that. We want child support forgiveness." I was like, "You niggas got to be fucking kidding me."
Oh, that's not the same thing as like student debt.
It's not.
So, and this is why I always encourage women to put the non-custodial on child support, because I think here's the thing we have to understand, just because a woman can do everything on her own and say she is actually able to sufficiently provide above and beyond, right, for her children, it doesn't mean that she should be doing it all on her own. So absolutely put the men on child support. And I have yet to really talk to anybody that knows anybody of any non-custodial that's went to actual jail for not payment. It is such a difficult thing to enforce. The system is immensely flawed. So I think the only time forgiveness would happen is if, like, the mom or the custodial parent says, "I'm going to forgive your child support as the custodial, the primary."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the person you're in debt to. You're not in debt to the government. So how can you make it just don't make no sense to me.
It doesn't.
I don't even understand it. It's weird. It's like every individual woman I keep saying this because the majority of custodial parents are women. Every individual mother they are their own bank.
Yeah.
In this instance, they are their own bank. They are the bank of Tip. They are the bank of Sally. They are the bank of whoever, right? Cool.
That's my mom's name. How did you know that?
I didn't. I just
That's hilarious.
I just said a common name. But yeah. So then you want the government to step in, and what does the government say? The government goes to the women and they go, "Hey, you must forgive their debt," or does the government make the women whole? And like I said, and if they make the women whole, are the women not at that point on welfare? The thing that you guys said destroyed the Black community in the first, like, what just happened? How did we get back there?
Yeah, and I'm a IT woman, and I'm on assistance. You know, that's the thing, is that unfortunately so many single mothers are put into a position where they either need to not work to get benefits, because those are the best benefits, right? Like staying on Medicaid is some of the best insurance. And then also it's very challenging for us to be able to move in a certain way, because we are, we are responsible for taking care of the children. So that limits how we can work, where we can work, the hours we can work. Childcare is unaffordable, all the things, right? And what it really should be is that I think that child support should be okay. If say the dad is not paying child support, he should, like, the state should then pay the custodial, and then the man, the ex should owe the child support system. You know what I mean? Like, have the men owe the child support system, and the child support system pays.
Yeah,
us.
The government should definitely pay if the men aren't paying, but then they should go after the men. Yeah. They should be like debt, like people who buy debt from other, you know what I mean? Like from the banks and shit like that. The smaller debt companies that buy debt or whatever, then they go after. I had this shit happen to me. I had a ticket. No, I had not a ticket. I had an old ass debt from like 20 years ago, and they came and got their money like 15 years later.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Imagine if the non-custodial absent parent was on the hook to pay an agency like front of the court. Best believe they would get their money a lot faster. But because the money is owed to the custodial mother most of the time, it's completely failing. And it's causing real socioeconomic strife in head of household. It's funny that Kay put that on her profile, that she's the head of the household, because we need to really put emphasis on that. Single mothers are heads of their household. That's what we file on our taxes. So we need to stop this whole single mother thing, because that's actually what we are, is head of household. And we're oftentimes held more accountable with things that we end up getting charged for. Anyway, it's a mess. So I just wanted to come up and say that, but absolutely, women cannot trap men with a baby at all.
That's actual factuals.
Yeah. All right, Pub, you have a good Friday.
You too,
Thanks for the gifts, y'all.
Yep. Hey, man. So, yeah. Shit. I want to hear this. Dad, what's good, man? What they in there yapping?
What y'all did last night? I don't know what y'all did last night, but y'all got her mad.
What we do last night?
I don't know. She got a screenshot up of a live y'all was in. They talking about Lynn be doxing women and she talking about how they got her. They be comparing her pictures. Y'all got her man. I don't know what y'all did last night, but she in her
live
trying to go in on y'all.
She in her live?
Yeah, she hosting the live.
Nice. I like that for her. Why am I getting mentioned? What did I do?
I guess you was on the panel.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was on that panel.
I'm like, damn, what I missed? I missed this one.
Yeah, they yeah. Oh well, sucks.
Yeah, you know she got her usual. She got Omega up there. She got what's that one boy name? The anime gang member.
Blood.
He up there, you know, he talking about them. Yeah.
I wonder if she got me.
But she said Lynn be doxing women. She said Lynn asked to be well, not Asaya. Nerdy said that Lynn asked to be her sister wife.
No, she did it. She keep lying about that. That girl Nerd, that woman Nerd is, man. I'm
like, damn, what I miss?
A whole bunch of liars in there lying to each other. I can't sit in no room full of liars. Y'all are crazy as hell. Not without calling out the lies. Not without calling out the lies. That shit is crazy. John Flacco was good.
Another day, another topic.
Yes, sir. Another day,
yes,
another
topic. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, family. My back is hurting. I'm sorry if I'm wincing. I'm listening.
So let's get better, bless. Anyway, what's going on, man? So what's today? Woman cannot trap men with a baby, yeah?
Yep.
Nice. I like it. So you think that should be true?
I know it to be true.
So I guess, what if there was, a system where the woman could be, rewarded for having a child?
It's not a reward.
It's not a gain?
No, it's not a gain.
You can't gain from it?
No, they lose.
But can you gain from it in some ways, like maybe financially?
No. Do you know how expensive it is to raise a child?
I would say it's about monthly, a good 3K, 2K maybe.
A month?
For a child? Yeah.
Over the period of a child's life is estimated to be somewhere around $1 million, right? So that's from age 0 to 18.
So for a child's hygiene and education and self-protection or exposed, everything you're saying that is more. That is how much?
It's like $1 million.
What's the age range? What's the age?
From 0 to 18. From 0 to 18, it's about $1 million.
$1 million? Mm-hmm. Really? I don't think so.
Do you have kids?
I don't have kids, but I can estimate things and guess.
How? Based on what knowledge? What information?
I mean, based on the average expense for education, for schools, for pharmacies, for clothing, shelter, all the basics, those kind of things.
But you don't even know what. But you don't know what the basics are for kids because you don't have them.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I was to go home and make a draft of all the things and sit down and make an estimate, I doubt it will add to $1 million from age 0 to 18. I don't think so.
Okay. I don't think so. How much is health insurance for a kid?
Well, I don't live in the US, but
yeah, that's in the US. In the US, I don't know about in the UK. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that could make some change. But yeah. Even then, I would like to even keep my stance on that. But anyway, back on. So you really think that a woman can't trap a baby?
Can women trap men with babies? No, men can't trap women with babies. I'm sorry, women can't trap men with babies. No.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant, but they can do.
How?
Because it is being rewarded, my friend.
It's not being rewarded. You keep saying that, and we've already determined that it's not being. You have to pivot from that point. You didn't make that. That point is not valid. So if that's the only point you had, then you don't have a point because that point's not valid.
So there is the incentives in, because why do you think in places, I guess, like Africa, it's so low for I guess, women to trap men, or like, you know, I guess
they're not trapping men. They're not trapping men in Africa. They're not trapping men in Africa.
Yeah, I know they don't. I know they don't because it's not that rewarded. There is no, you know, push to it.
They have less babies here.
Yeah, because of all the abortions. Yeah.
Because of all the abortions, and why do women get abortions?
Yeah. Because of, I guess, lack of
resources,
education, poor upbringing.
Hold on. No, they get abortions because of lack of resources, right? I'm not every single time, but most of the time. Sometimes they just don't want to have a baby. But a lot of times, women get abortions because of access to money, because of access to healthcare, because of access to, you know, like.
What about lack of knowledge? Like being game goofy.
I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, what? Those are the women that typically have the babies.
Sorry?
The women who have the babies are the ones who you can say are game goofy. If you abort a baby, you're not game goofy.
But why?
Under any circumstances, if you abort a baby, you're not game goofy. In some circumstances, you could say that by having the baby, you're game goofy. I won't say in all the circumstances, but in some circumstances, you can blame a woman. You can say, oh, she game goofy, whatever. That's the only time it could crop up. But aborting a baby, never game goofy. Never.
What if she has a child while knowing that the man she had a child with was not ready financially, was not ready from any angle?
That's game goofy. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes. But I say, hold on.
Before the women.
Hold on. Wait. I'm confused. You were saying that women who get abortions are game goofy, right?
Right.
Now you're talking about women who don't get abortions, who have the kids. They're game goofy.
No.
Which would prove my point that the women are aborting babies because they know their baby daddy ain't gonna show up, so they abort the baby.
My point is whether she has the thing or not, prior to even doing it, why not check the man's background? Like, what kind of man is he? His upbringing, his environment, his education, his competence.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of that will tell you the story.
So a man's upbringing, environment, and education don't tell you his story.
It could tell you a part of it. It could give you an indicator on like probability, possibility, but it'll never tell you a story though. Never.
I think that will be the man's foundation.
Okay. I don't know what that means. What's the relevancy of that?
That means it's crucial to his mind, his mentality. So by knowing this, you know who he is, mostly.
So you're saying if you know, you don't know who he is.
If you know a man's upbringing,
no,
his house, his environments and education, you know who he is.
You know when they studied abusers, they said that there is no connection between them being abused as children and them abusing women when they get older. Like men are just abusive.
Say that again, please.
So recently, damn, bro, I'm gonna mute you. You can unmute when you get ready, though. I got it. You got it. Oof. You sound you in the fucking danger zone, my guy. So recently, they
I'm in the ghetto.
Sorry, right, that's good. You good? So recently, I read that how they that is being said in some, you know, according to some studies that, or this one study in particular, that men are not that abusive men. The abuse of women is not linked to the trauma that men have suffered in their childhood, right? Like whether a man was abused or not when he was a child or in his, you know, formative years does not determine if he is going to be an abuser when he grows up.
Do you know that the most heinous, I guess, serial killers all had a deep hatred or disdain for women because of their mothers. Like if you look at,
That's not
there's
true.
a show called Mindhunter on Netflix.
Yeah,
There's a show called Mindhunter on Netflix, and the man, okay, try it. And it's about this man who I guess used his mother's head to have fellatio because of how deep he was tormented.
No,
by his mother.
That's not true. I watched. I read Jeffrey Dahmer's book. His father, his mother, and his father both abused him, but he didn't. He. Oh no, I'm sorry. He unalived homosexual men, by the way. So that would actually be bad. But no. They most men that they have a disdain for their mothers is because they are extremely misogynistic, and it wasn't the fact of the mothers. It wasn't the fault of the mothers.
What do you think that a son being, I guess, physically disciplined by a woman could make him feel maybe like inferior or, I guess, diminished as a man? Because let's say you're a young man by age 12 to 15, you're probably stronger than your mother, and now you're being, I guess, physically punished by her, but it's like you can fight back, but you have to, I guess, control yourself because it's your mother.
Most men, most fathers abuse and most mothers abuse. The number one form of abuse is not physical but neglect. But men physically abuse children more than women do. It's not even close.
Right.
So
but when
hold on, but listen, hold on. So I'm hold on, wait, but I'm using your logic. So I want to use your logic. So if men are the ones, I said this earlier and I'm gonna go back to it. It's the easiest way to explain it. Men are men's biggest ops. Men abuse men more than women abuse men. Men abuse boys more than women abuse boys. So why aren't there, speaking, because I also use the serial unalivers as an example, right? Because the vast majority of them unalive women. Oddly enough, even though men are the abusers, the men more than likely have been physically touched by a man. You're more likely to be raped by a man as a boy. You're more likely to be abused by a man, i.e. capital punishment, right? By a man. But men don't go around unaliving but men don't go around unaliving men like the way that they unalive women for the same reasons, right? I'm saying, I think every time a man unalives a woman is because like 99% of the time, when a man unalives a woman, it is out of hate. It's rooted in misogyny. Because why did you need to unalive that woman? She didn't pose a threat to you.
I guess, yeah.
Right? When men unalive other men actually pose a threat to other men a lot of times. Men, even the weakest men.
I mean,
right? They actually.
I believe that when a man kills anybody, man or woman, is because of disdain towards that person. So that's one thing. And as far as
no, that's not true. It's not true. That's what I'm saying. If a man unalives a man, I could see like, oh, that man posed a threat to that man. So I can understand that. Right? Man to man, I can understand that. But, and then you talk about the nature of men, more like the history of men, right? And the likelihood that a man is going to be the person to hurt you, then I understand men unaliving other men way more than hold on, Don. I understand men unaliving men way more than I understand men unaliving women. There hasn't been a story in recent history that I can think of, and I've in the last month alone, I've done like five stories on women being unalived by men. But I've read and listened to and heard dozens of stories of men unaliving women, right? I know why. And not one time have I ever walked away from that situation thinking that actually made sense. He should have. I get it.
The reason why men, I guess, are so heavy on abuse on other men is because of social stigma. Wait. As a man, Don. As a man.
Wait, Don. I don't mean to interrupt you on that thought. I just want to tell people in the chat. Y'all don't have to do F1 or TikTok shop. Hello?
Hey, this is Mr. Green, Lennox's teacher over here at Bernie.
Yes.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Just wanted to let you know we almost had a little issue with him. You know, he's got his food allergies and stuff like that. And we talked earlier on in the year. I can't remember if I talked with you guys, but I know I talked to him, and it was just going to be a rule: no cupcakes, nothing from him. I would always give him like a bag of chips. Well, today a kid came with cupcakes and cookies, and he had told his sister about Lennox and all that. So Lennox was thinking everything was going to be okay. So he asked me to check the label. Well, I couldn't read the label, so I was taking a picture so I could zoom in on it a little bit better, so I could see better. You know how those labels are, and I just never got a chance to read it all the way. And before I got a chance to look at it, he's already got a cupcake and starts eating a little bit of frosting. And we stop him, and he's totally fine. It's been like an hour and a half. He didn't have any kind of reaction. But before he went home, I just want to let you know. So I just told him once again, please don't even ask me about anything. All he gets is like a plain bag of chips or something whenever anything happens. Because everybody always wants to celebrate birthday parties.
Yeah.
So does he react violently to any of that stuff?
Sometimes.
I mean, like
sometimes he does, but the issue, most frostings don't have dairy or eggs in it. And that's usually the things that he reacts to, or like sesame. That's his, most frosting is mostly sugar the majority of the time. And
yeah, well, this one I did finally get to read it. It's got some non-fat milk like powder in it.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Oh, he's okay with that?
No, I mean, he can't eat it, but I'm saying like he wouldn't have like a violent reaction.
Oh, okay. So like a little bit in a processed food is not so you're talking like he'll have a bad reaction if he has like a glass of milk or something like that.
Yeah, or eggs or something like If he like ate the actual breaded part of the cupcake, for sure he would vomit like almost instantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So okay. Well, like I said, everything's fine now. I've been checking. It's been like an hour and a half now, and he's totally fine. So I don't think there's no issues today. So just want to let you know, I didn't want him going home telling you that he almost ate a cupcake without me calling you to explain what was going on.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mr. Green.
Okay. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He's your leader.
Sorry, I had to. That was my son's school. They were calling about some potential danger.
Okay.
Let me read these super chats. Miss Poetric says maybe he trying to work the welfare angle. I think she's talking about you. Nia X said you can't claim women trap men and cry about abortion. Exactly. You hear that? Let's go through that one again. You can't claim women trap men and cry about abortion. Don Flacco.
Okay. I mean, that sounds to me like typical like women logic. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be respectful. Like,
how does that not make sense to you?
Because it's just circular. There's no real like sense to it. Like, where's the rationale?
How was that? How was that circular?
So, because I complain about abortion, that means that I stand for welfare system. I don't understand.
No, those are two different things. Let me go back again. Nia X says you can't claim women trap men and then cry about abortion. That's the whole statement. That's circular knowledge. That's circular thought.
I can't complain about it. But these two things are different. It's like they both are wrong anyways. Trapping or abortion, they both are wrong. So I don't understand. Like, neither is good. So what's the point?
You can't claim that women are trapping. First of all, how are they both wrong?
Well, I'll tell you what. They either trap or they did the other. So.
Huh?
What you going? Yeah.
What?
They either trap or they did the other one.
It doesn't make any sense. So
it doesn't make sense,
sir. If a woman is having a baby with the man, right?
Right.
And in the midst of her having this child, she realizes that this man isn't going to be there for her, or he cheats on her, and she wants to abort the baby. Is it wrong?
It's a tough one, but honestly, I would say it is wrong.
Why is that wrong?
Because of the conception. Like, at what stage are we in? You feel me? If we are if we I guess a month in, or we guess 2, all right, cool. If we like, I guess 5 months in, it's like, what's going on here?
Who cares? But those babies in the womb don't have they don't have any past or present. They don't even exist yet. What do you mean?
But they have a conscious.
No, they don't.
And they've been built. They have their own DNA. They probably have their own.
It's a fetus. They haven't lived any life. It's not like you're destroying a sentient being that's been here and has memories and has made an imp. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. You don't care, sir. Please. This is why I hate talking about abortion with y'all. Y'all don't give a fuck about abortions. You don't care about babies because you up here lying on women right now. You can't look. You cannot hate women and love children at the same time. It doesn't make any sense.
First of all, who even has
you
paid for women anyway?
You hate women. You hate women.
Based on what?
You do. Based on everything you're saying about them right now, lying on them.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Pick one. Yes, go ahead.
Pick one. What?
Pick one angle of me, I guess, showing disdain.
You lying on women. You saying that women can trap men with babies and babies benefit women. These are fucking lies.
I'm not saying that all case of, I guess, trapping, even trapping. I'm saying that you don't get such high numbers by coincidence.
Sir, what does it cost? You know what a surrogate is?
Yeah.
Okay, what is a surrogate?
Is it like when you put the, how's it called? When you put the thing in the woman to get rid of the baby?
No, a surrogate is a person who has a child for another person. Just to put it plainly.
Oh, okay, like yeah.
Okay, so do you know how much like if you were a woman, how much would you charge to have a baby for somebody else that ain't your baby? You ain't gonna have no contact with it. You just gonna give birth to the baby.
I don't really think about that,
No, I know. Think about it right now. How much would you charge to do that? Carry a baby for 9 months, risk your life, change your body for 7 years, if not forever. You know what I'm saying? Destroy a part of your brain somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like how much would you charge for that?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's not worth it. Like if I have a child,
hey, hold on, wait. It's almost priceless, right? Because it's your body, it's your life, right?
No, I'm saying that why not have your own child? Why have someone else's child?
That's not the question. The question is, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's about the other person. What do you mean? Why not have your own child? You've already had 3 children.
Them, not me. Them. Okay.
You want to help a person out. A person wants to have a baby. They can't. They can't, sir. Sir. Stop. It's a hypothetical question. I didn't ask you, would you do it? In this hypothetical, you have to do it. So I'm asking you, what is the price that you would set for yourself?
Okay. The price I would set. I don't know, but our money, gotta be worth it. Yeah, worth it. There you go.
What would make it worth it for you?
I'm not sure a lot. Enough to where I can cover my own.
Just say a number. Just say a number.
How about you tell me?
No, I can't tell you.
No, you gotta tell me.
Just guess the number. Just say a number.
A decent amount.
What is that?
Something decent.
What is that?
You tell me.
Sir, stop.
Get pregnant now. You get pregnant for me. I'm an African man. I'm sorry. I'm African, man. You can't be.
This is irrelevant. I don't even understand why you can't answer this question.
How much would you get pregnant for? How much would you do it?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not the one answering the question.
But I'm asking you.
Sir, I'm not going to help you. It's important that you answer the question. It's not for me to answer. It's important for you to answer it.
A good amount.
What is the answer?
Man, what is worth my body in the line? How about this?
How much is your body worth to you? To put your body on the line, how much is it worth?
Oh, how about you get pregnant?
Sir. Jesus Christ. You can't be this dense. Answer the question.
I'm a man. I don't know them things. Like, you tell me how much should I get pregnant for?
You're a child.
I don't know what to say to you, man. That's strange to me.
This isn't strange.
It's a strange question.
It's a very obvious question to ask somebody in this scenario.
You're asking a man how much to get pregnant.
You're a human. You're a human.
Man. I'm not like.
You're a kid. You don't know what a surrogate was. You don't even know what it is.
I'm not a kid.
You're a child in the mind. You're immature.
How much you get pregnant?
How much would you charge to put your body on the line? You want to change it to something else so you can make yourself fucking feel better about it because you're so childish and you're so misogynistic? Fine. Change it to something else. How much would you? Yeah, that's the only reason why you can't answer it. You're proving how misogynistic you are because you can't even fucking answer it. As a man, you can't understand having like even though you were born, like childbirth is one of the most natural things on the planet, right? It's like taking a shit.
Okay.
It's like breathing, right?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yes.
No,
yes.
you don't get to hide behind that bullshit. It ain't a blessing.
No, it is a blessing.
It's not.
Mental software.
It's not a blessing.
Isn't like this.
Having a kid is not a blessing, sir. Like having a shit ain't a blessing.
Being able to have a kid,
most women can have kids. What the fuck are you talking about?
Being able to is a great thing. That's what I'm saying.
Listen to what I'm saying. Most women have the capacity to have a child. The vast majority of women on the planet can have kids. It's not a fucking blessing. It's normal.
Some can't do it.
That's stupid. Most women can have kids. What is a blessing to you? Just normal shit is a fucking blessing.
Okay, I want to tell you, a blessing is life. Being alive, being existent, experiencing things, being in existence. That to me is a blessing, my friend. And you too.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
I got you fucked up.
You know what's crazy? I'll be thinking that the education system in other countries are better, but I'm not so sure. Because this shit is crazy.
What's a blessing? I told you what the blessing is. The blessing is you. You are here.
I don't even care. I don't believe in Jah or God or none of that stupid. None of that.
What a damn shame.
I don't believe in any of that stuff. You don't.
You're lost.
And you don't either.
I'm not lost. I know who I am.
You don't know. You don't know who you are.
I know who I am.
You don't know. You don't take any accountability.
I'm a human being blessed. You know,
are you so okay? Hold on. So Don, if you are a human being, then answer the goddamn question, because that is a function of humanity, having children.
As a male.
Oh, now you're a male. Oh, okay. see how you flip flopping. First you was a human being, now you a male. Which one is it, brother? Which one is it?
I'm a human male. There
okay,
you go. Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself?
But women aren't human beings in your mind. That's why you can't answer the question, right? Because you can't relate to a woman because she's not a human being, but you are a human being.
It's a strange twist.
It's not a strange twist.
That's what I said. It's a strange twist. That's what I said. I said I'm a human male, and then guess what? They're human females. That's why they're women.
You can't relate to human females, quote unquote.
I can't. I cannot.
Because you don't think them to be human.
Yo, because they're human females. My life story, my life experience, priorities, perspective is different from a female.
No,
different
I mean,
routes,
well, wait.
Let me.
You tell me where the divide starts for you. I'm gonna. Do you hold on? Wait. Do you eat?
Do I eat? I do eat. Yeah.
You do eat.
Of course, I have to.
Do you sleep?
I have to. Yes, I have to.
You drink water?
I have to.
You want to live. You want to live in a safe environment.
Yeah. Where? Yes, sir.
Yeah. You want access to health care?
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You want to have access to an education, even if you don't use it. You want access to it, right?
Mindfully. Yes. Mindfully.
Yeah. You need a cell phone. You need a laptop. You need Wi-Fi.
No, I don't need those things.
You do need those things in this society. You do.
In this era, yeah, I would say in this era, yeah, that
you do. You need those things. Yeah. Those are yeah. I'm trying to find out where the divide is at this point. You sound very much like women to me.
How?
Those are all things women need.
I'm telling you that there's a such thing called imperatives. In biology, there's imperatives. There's survival, group forming, reproduction, competition.
What do you need that's imperative?
And by age 12,
What do men need that is imperative to them?
Age 12,
that's not imperative to women. Name one thing.
What?
Name one thing that women need to survive that is imperative to women for survival. Name one thing that men need that women don't.
One thing that is needed for women to survive, I would say protection.
Men need protection. Keep going.
Yeah, but there's levels.
There is no but. There is no but. Men need protection. Keep going.
No, let's stay there.
No, let's not stay there.
I like it there.
Men need protection too. Keep going.
Yes,
keep going.
Men are built different.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, Don Flacco. Keep going.
Next. Okay. I'm gonna go next. Okay, they need provision. Yes.
Okay, men need provision too. Keep going.
What a silly mindset, my
Keep
friends. we all need those things. They are essential. Yes, you're
I
right.
just
but
okay,
to
yeah,
a
exactly.
degree,
Keep
but
going.
There's levels to it.
No, there's no levels to it. Keep going.
No.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let's be honest. Let's be
Keep
honest.
going.
Let's
No,
be
no, no,
honest.
no. Keep going. Men need protection. You would need protection from me. I almost guarantee you would need protection from me.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be just fine.
Okay.
I'm a young man who's healthy, fit, trained. What do you mean? But I'm good.
Okay.
I'm outside. I'm outside. Understand me? Like I'm good. Like nah. I'm sorry.
All right. But anyways, so you need protection though.
We all do.
Okay. So we all need protection. Then there we go. Then let's just end it there. Everybody needs to eat. The vast majority of women can feed themselves and shelter themselves. So women don't need men for provision. Keep going.
I'm not even gonna go that lane because this is just mad to me. Like, okay, cool. One question: do you think a man needs as much as a woman as far as defense?
Men need more.
More defense.
Yeah, men need more. Because men put themselves in stupid situations from their ego. I think men need more protection than women need. Like, so for the most part, women mind their own goddamn business, right? And the majority of women, hold on. And the majority of women who are harmed by men are harmed by the men in their lives and in their homes. They're harmed by their husbands, their boyfriends, their fathers, their uncles, their co-workers. So if women just, like, for an example, if the best protection women can have is to not deal with men, which a lot of women already know, right? So if women just don't deal with men, they're pretty much protected. You got to worry about it. But men, on the other hand, our egos get us in trouble a lot.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to tell you that I agree that a man's ego can be his worst enemy. But I will also say that a man needs to also bring things like every human male, like every male on this earth needs to provide and go outside, get in danger, get in risks. You know what I'm trying to say? Like this idea that men just go outside, just like life ain't about cartoon, you know, or about just hitting each other. It's about outcomes, you know. It's about outcomes. So men do protect and provide at higher level for their women.
I'm still waiting on your answer. How much money are you charging to have a baby?
Oh my days, this is weird, you know. Now, protection. Women need more protection.
From
they need
who?
more than us because they're
From
more
who?
soft. They're more
From
soft, huh?
Who?
From the world, from wickedness, from
From
human
who?
nature.
From who? Who is wicked? Who's gonna do a wicked thing to them?
Nature is wicked.
What's nature? Who's in nature? What's in nature that's gonna do it to them?
Nature is harmony and conflict.
What the fuck are you talking
when you go
about?
outside, what you see is a lot of conflict.
You're not making no sense. You yapping. The orange
How am I
pill.
yapping?
You yapping, bro. You ain't got nothing to say. The orange pill said black men say black women are offing their babies with abortion thanks to Dems, but are mad at child support and want it to be voluntary. That is what you call a circular thought. Hey, y'all, let's get the likes up over 100,000, please. And definitely don't forget to support the live. Super chat, bang the cash app, all that good stuff. Keep the live alive, man. Hold on, Don. Hold on, brother. Let's do that, please. $1 a do. There's 416 people in here. Y'all could subscribe. There's many ways you can support. Many ways you can keep the live alive. But keep going. All right, Don. You're not saying nothing, brother. So you don't have a point. You don't want to answer the question. The reason why you can't answer is because you don't see women as human beings. Simple as that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Man, that is an amazing conclusion. And you know what? I'm gonna let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying, let you do your little hustle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no hater. You do your best out here. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you another day. Another day, another topic. All right, man. Bye. Y'all ladies, man, y'all stay being hustled, man. Stay being hustled. Because I don't like human beings. What a statement. All right, man. You got this. You said that I don't like I guess human beings, something like that.
I said you don't see women as see y'all don't listen very well. They said black men don't listen.
Either way, it's totally wrong and honestly inflammatory.
What is inflammatory?
Your statement you just made. That's what it's
that you don't like women.
No, that thing I said earlier about human beings.
What do you mean?
I said you don't like women. You don't look at women as human beings. That's why you can't answer a question about childbirth.
This phrase is like trying to, I guess, remove. It's like trying to, I guess, poison the well.
Huh?
You poison the well.
How?
By making such a big statement based on what?
Based
on the foundation for that statement.
Based on you saying that your whole overall demeanor, you're just lying this whole time. You think I don't know you're lying? You think I don't know? You think for 1 second. Here's a problem with some of y'all. I'm really starting to think y'all think that you guys are like undetectable, right? Like you come up here and you're so used to masking and being so weird in real life and you think people don't clock it, and if the people in your real life don't clock it, that you think you can come on a platform with a person like me. But I've told you guys how it works. When I get you in these controlled situations, in these controlled spaces, it's harder for you to hide.
Public, I found you entertaining. That's why I'm here. I follow you.
I didn't say you didn't find me entertaining.
Yeah, I find you know, yeah, that's all. That's all it really is.
I didn't say you didn't find me entertaining.
To me, you're funny. No hate here, no hate. That's it.
I didn't say you hate me. I said you hate women.
Yeah, but that's not true though.
I said you and how we got here was I pointed out the fact that you don't actually love babies because you hate women. You can't hate women and love babies. Like what the fuck? How you hate the people that had the baby and raises the baby? Like that don't even make sense.
Your thought system like masculine. There is no way they made this to you.
Say that again. My thought process.
Same thing. Lacks order, structure, and reasoning.
So
how can you make? Listen, yeah, to me, it's all air. It's all air. Like you're not really that smart to me. That's you're not that smart to me.
I don't know what that smart is. I don't really care about being that smart to you, but
yeah.
I know that you are two things: A, uneducated, undereducated, and B, a liar. That I know without a doubt. You are a liar and undereducated.
Well, I'll tell you that you are dishonest.
How?
And an opportunist.
How? And I'll prove to you how you're a liar. You want me to prove to you how you're a liar?
Okay, well, I'll prove to you how you are dishonest.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I want you to prove to me how I'm being dishonest. What lie have I ever told you?
I guess your whole,
nope. One thing. You got to name one thing. One thing. How am I a liar? What have I lied about?
Your entire archetype as a person.
No. That's stupid. Name one thought. Name one lie I have told. One lie.
Okay, you said that women need more protection than men.
They do.
That is a lie.
No, I didn't. No. I said no.
Let me expose you.
No, I said men need more protection than women.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Okay.
Let me expose you.
Keep going.
The reason why men defend and protect their community, family, is because of the pride that they have for it, but also because they are aware that children and women are the most fragile.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to expose you for a liar. And who do these men need to protect their communities from?
From so many things. Like
name the number one threat to any community. Name the number one threat.
Men.
Okay. Why the fuck did you not answer that before? Could it be because you were trying to lie?
Because you are not that clever.
No. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You not wanting to answer the question. Hold on, wait. If I'm so dumb, then why do you keep walking head first into my fucking point? If I'm so uneducated and I'm not that smart, which I don't even give a fuck. Hold on, down. If I'm not that dumb, I mean, if I'm that dumb and you think I'm not that smart enough, which is I don't care, but I'm just saying from the person that's saying this, if you actually believe that, then why in the fuck do you keep walking head first into all of my points? Why do I keep walking you right to where I want you to go? And then you either don't answer the question, which proves my point, or you answer it and you end up, and if you have to answer it honestly, you prove my point. I'm not understanding. But you're so smart, but you're so educated. Then stop. If I'm the liar, why don't you prove me to be the liar like I'm doing to you?
Stop. But okay, cool. It's because in life, it's not black and white. There's also gray. I've mentioned to you earlier about levels, degrees, spectrum. Life isn't this like.
Hold on, you on the spectrum? You said?
So, no, I'm saying that life is about levels, degrees. That's you're being snarky now. But that's feminine.
I thought you were saying you was. Wait.
Why are you being
what is feminine?
Friend?
What is feminine?
Bro, why you being snarky?
Hold on, wait. Being snarky is being feminine?
Yeah, it is being feminine.
Okay, so men aren't snarky?
Bro, I'm saying the way you are being right now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Men aren't snarky?
You are being
difficult. Hold on. Men aren't snarky.
Not really.
Not really. So wait. So Don, you haven't been snarky this whole life?
When I was young,
You haven't been snarky this whole life?
When I'm listen here. My thing is that
I'm here. Hold on, Don. Don, I'm asking you direct questions and I want you to answer them directly, right? You're not lying, right? You're not fronting. I've answered all of your questions directly. Every single one of them. I answered every one directly except for the one about how much I would charge to have a baby for obvious reasons. But every single one I've answered directly. But every one I ask you start doing this Stevie Wonder shit, looking up in the sky, obfuscate. Nigga, answer the question. You're not being snarky?
You think you're righteous, but the reality is that
I don't think I'm righteous.
You called me a liar.
You are a liar.
What do you think is gonna happen? Like you can't, like you say
happened or happened.
But first you claim that you beat me up. One false claim. Then you say that I'm a liar. Second false claim. Like, stop lying about me. You don't know me. So based on that, yes, I've lost respect for you. So I don't care about what I say to you anymore.
I'm being honest, Don. The reason why I'll be honest. The reason why I made that claim, I know that hurt your feelings when I said I'll beat you up. But I didn't say that. But I know that hurt your feelings, though, because I was just fucking with you. But the reason why I said that, though, is because typically, like, men like you, y'all be weenies in real life. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know your type. Like I know your type. I've been around a lot of men, right? I've been around men my whole life. Usually the men who put on this like persona of like, hold on, Don. I'm just telling you, bro. God damn. I'm just telling you. The men who want so badly to be accepted by other men are typically the biggest weenies. Typically. Because why do you give a fuck about what other men think? Why don't you just be honest? Why don't you just be true and be, you know what I'm saying? Why do you have to like put on in front to be accepted by other men, right? So what I'm saying is that for me in my life, I've ran up against a bunch of weenie ass niggas, a bunch of niggas, and the niggas who are the biggest threats to women, the men who abuse the women, the men who those men prove usually time after time again are they're the biggest weenies. That's why they do it to women.
Again, false. Many men do that for many reasons. My point is, again, to you, is spectrum, levels, degrees. It's not A or B. It's not black or white. There's gray areas to it. So that's what I'm saying to you. Expand your mind, stretch things out. Like, you can't say all men is because of A, is because of B. No, there's many reasons.
When did I say all men? You're not saying anything.
You said that men that abuse women are all weenies.
Most of them are weenies, yeah. I would never be afraid of a man that abuses women.
Oh, sorry, tough guy. Well, some men that do this dirty act are quite strong, my friend, and they'll fuck you up.
How?
They're strong. Yeah, you don't know all men that do these kind of bad acts.
I'm not worried about them.
Like you're some tough guy.
You know those men. No. It ain't about being tough. I would just outsmart them like I do idiots all day. But you know those tough guys. You know what happens to them when they go to prison? In America, at least. I don't know in the UK. I know in America, the women beater and the child beaters and the like those dudes. You know what happens to them?
Tell me.
They get fucked up.
Right.
They get abused. They go to prison and get abused. Now I don't think that the men in prison are righteous or whatever. I think they just use that as a reason to mess men up. Don't get me wrong. But nonetheless, it happens. I'm telling you that right now. Nonetheless, it happens. And no,
these men deserve it. But you made a false claim about, again, all black, white, absolute. Life is not about absolute or black or white. What I'm trying to say to you is that
I don't think it is.
I'm sure that a handful of men that did those bad things and went to jail were not touched. I'm telling you.
There's a handful of them. No, there's a handful of them for sure. But here's what I'm saying, Don. Here's what I'm saying. I think the vast majority of men, I know the vast majority of men in prison have abused a woman or multiple women, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the men, when they go to prison for abusing women, like when it's on your jacket, when that shit is in your, when they read your jacket, oh man, you a woman abuser? I'm not saying, like, sometimes certain men, don't get me wrong, sometimes certain men, they can walk around, they can do their thing or whatever. Some of them can, right? That take a, to your point, because I ain't saying all of them is weak, but I'm telling you, the vast majority of those men get tortured in prison, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not worried about, brother. I'm just telling you that there's a reason why, though. You're missing what I'm trying to tell you. There's a reason why. Most of those dudes are fucking weenies.
Right. But by the way, I also like to add, that in the comments, I'm seeing people saying that I've abused this and that. I'm saying that this mindset of like absolute, like straight away, he must have done that or this or that to someone on. That shows a mind of someone that likes to exaggerate, dramatize things, and that I guess is most women, I feel like they like to dramatize and exaggerate things, while men need to be more rational.
Yeah, but you're irrational. I agree. Men do need to be more rational, but you're irrational though.
But I think I'm quite self-controlled. Believe me.
I don't. You know what? If you want to, have you ever practiced the skill of critical thinking?
I would say yeah.
Yeah. How do you? What is it? How do you think critically?
By first observing, listening to what's being said, then you're going through the process of thinking.
It's okay. If you're logical and rational, you would say no because you don't know what it is, and that would be fine.
I do know. I just said that.
So how do you?
Listen, you take it in and you take it out.
So how do you think critically then?
By listening, by breaking it down apart, what's being said to you. Depends on, I guess, what's being said to you. It's not a one-way thing. It's not a one-way thing.
It is.
Oh my! No,
it's
not a one-way thing.
It literally, brother. Do you know at university, how you guys would say in college, you literally could go study how to think critically. Like there are courses on it.
There are many ways to think, and the system of
listen to what I'm telling you. Oh my God, I can't. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm getting excited. You're annoying the fuck out of me. Thinking critic, because you're just not. You're
because you're emotional.
I know I am. I am emotional right now. And my emotion. Hold on, Don. My emotion is anger. I'm definitely angry right now, and the reason why I'm angry is because men like you guys aren't well, and I want for you to be well, but you fight so hard to remain in this unwell place. You just want to remain ignorant, and I can't imagine
hear me out,
how that feels.
You are angry because you have in your body a thing called testosterone, and the issue is that when you are, I guess, unhappy or bothered, that thing can go up quite fast. Do you understand what I'm saying? But men who are self-controlled like myself keep it down, but you don't because you're angry right now. You say yourself you're angry. I'm not angry. You call me a liar, abuser, whatever. Guess what? I'm fine. I'm chill because words cannot move me. I'm cool.
Well, I'm
still here.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't mind getting. I don't mind getting excited.
And the comments saying, "Oh, I stutter. I'm an abuser." I see it, but guess what? I'm still chill because I am the man. I'm the man, my friend. I'm the man.
I'm not talking. I would say anything about your speech impediment. I would never make fun of it. I think that's not. I don't think that's funny to make fun of somebody's speech impediment. To be honest with you. But what I'm saying is nah, I ain't doing that, y'all. I ain't. That's wild. But I don't know if you have any other learning disabilities. You know what I mean? No, I'm dead serious because I'm saying that because I've been saying that you're like uneducated. So you could have learning disabilities too. I don't know.
My friend, I'm well spoken.
You're not. Hold on, Don. Don, you're not well spoken.
I know quite a lot about history, geography, science, biology, chemistry, physics.
You don't though.
I'm not. I guess a high like 120 IQ, but I'm quite smart, my friend. I don't need your.
I'm not quite smart. I'm not quite smart. I am of average intelligence.
I'm decent too.
I'm of average intelligence. Hold on, Don.
I'm a little up. I'm a little bit up.
Hold on, Don. Also, the thing that shows you're being emotional is you can't shut up. Whether you're yelling or not, you can't stop talking. So I am of average intelligence. I try not to have a grandiose sense of self because it doesn't help anybody, right? So I think that I don't know what, if you're of average intelligence or not, but I do think you are below average education, or maybe you are average education for your country, and maybe even for America, especially for a man. You might be around average educational level in America because most men are undereducated in America, right? And probably for the UK, you could be intelligent and educate. IQ and education are two totally different things.
That's fair. That's true.
See what I'm saying? So I don't know. You could be smart. You could be intelligent. I mean, not be that educated. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, but you come off as undereducated though, because you. I don't know. You let me walk you right into points, and it's like weird. Miss Poetric says, if it's not worth it, then no children for him. Facts. Osa said $5 on this clown.
You wish.
Please let's crowdfund. Hold on, brother. I'll let you answer respond to all of this when it's about you. You can respond to all of it. Osa said $5 on this clown. Please let's crowdfund and get this motherfucker out of here. Biko, I appreciate you. Miss Chrissy Baby said, I see why femicide rate are high in UK. For real. Femicide rates is crazy in the UK right now. Cosmic Journey said, Don is just throwing words together and it doesn't make sense. Oh, she's from the UK too. Shout out Cosmic Journey. She's from the UK. She said, don't make us all look bad, man. Bruv.
Oh boy.
She said, don't make us all look bad, bruv.
Who said that?
Cosmic. Her name is Cosmic Journey.
Okay.
Nia's adding to the fun. That's 20 on that boy head. Yeah.
Making that money. Yes, sir. I see you, man. Trying to be like you. Making that money. But honestly, no, I'm too honest to be like you. Sorry.
So you don't call that being snarky?
Bro, like I said, bro, I do not have the same level of respect towards you because I feel like any man that goes this low for money is sad. So it's like, I'm just saying for the fun.
Yeah. So you've been being snarky this whole time. Are you now a woman? Are you feminine?
To a man, no.
That doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense.
But do you see how you keep contradicting yourself? You said that being snarky was a feminine trait, but it seems to me that men are actually the snarky ones.
My friend, I don't take you seriously. I don't take you seriously. That's why I'm talking in many ways, how I want to talk to you, how I'm playing around.
You're not playing around. Out of us, hold on, wait, Don. Out of us two, you think you're the one playing around? You think you're the one not taking this seriously?
You told me you were angry earlier.
I am.
What happened to you?
I am angry. I'm angry. I'm not angry with you, Don. I'm not angry with you specifically, though. I'm angry with men in general. You're just the face of it in this moment. I'm not angry with you specifically, right? You didn't make me mad. Like nothing you said has made me mad.
I did make you mad.
What? How did you make? What did you say that made me mad?
I think my words moved you. They bothered you, and that's why you were angry earlier.
If anything,
be honest.
No. If anything, what annoyed me was you not answering questions when I ask you direct questions. That annoys me. But then, like I said, it ends up proving my point at the end.
Anyways.
Hey, men are weird, Don. Men are weirdos. It's really crazy. Most men I encounter are fucking complete weirdos.
Man,
I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Here's what for me, I guess, of advice. People are weird. People, men and women.
Nah.
Some women like to exaggerate and make things, I guess, bigger. And you know what I'm saying.
Some women do. Most women don't. Some women do, most women don't.
Men like to be aggressive, like to talk shit, like to.
Hold on, wait. Some women, see, now you're contradicting yourself again because you're doing that whole like extremism. You're saying like women like to do. Some women like to lie and play around. Some women like to do that. Most women don't. Some women have a grandiose sense of self, which makes them act weird, right? It makes them lack any hold on, Don, please don't interrupt me. Like you're doing right now, lack any they don't have any self-control, right? They have this grandiose idea of themselves, right? Some women do that, but that is something that is more commonly found in men, and it is commonly found in men, and it's not commonly found in women. Most women think lesser of themselves.
My friend, I made a general statement. General is an absolute. I know that all women are not all like that.
No.
Obvious, that's obvious.
Hold on, Don.
Don't mute me.
I literally acknowledge what you said. I said most women aren't that. I didn't say all. Most women aren't that, but most men are. You're projecting. That's what I'm saying. You're saying like, oh, well, there are women who are weird because you said everybody's weird. And I was like, but women aren't really weird. Like women don't do weird shit like men do. Like women aren't violent for no reason. Women don't lie. Women don't lie for no reason. Women don't have this grandiose sense of self. Women aren't fucking narcs. Like this as a group. It's not, once again, because we're speaking in general. Of course,
yes,
there are women who fit any and all of these things. But in general, but in general, it's hard to find a woman that fits that mold. Whereas men, that is a dime a dozen. That is the vast majority of men fit in one, if not all of those categories.
We all have, my point to you is that we all have, my point to you is that we all have flaws. So you cannot say that one has more than the other.
Yes, I can.
If we actually observe and listen either side, you will see flaws equally in both sides.
No.
Like I've seen some weird shit.
That's a lie, Don. There's not equally flawed. Who commits the majority of violence in the world?
Let me guess. Men.
No, don't guess. Who commits it? Who do you think commits the most? Who do you think commits it? Huh?
Yeah, but that's obvious though.
Okay, so it's obvious that men commit the vast majority of the crime. I mean, violent. Hold on, wait. So if the vast majority of violence is committed by men, right off the rip, men and women can't be equal. Right?
I don't know your age.
I'm 42.
I don't know your age.
I'm 42. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
I'm 42. I'm 6 foot, 185 pounds. I'm a Capricorn. Okay. I live in Long Beach, California. Okay. What else you want to know?
My point is, as someone that's older than me, as older men, you should probably be more mature in your ways of behaving and acting. Like
I don't care. Hold on, wait. Now I definitely don't care for you to try to educate me or anything. I just want to understand how you just made the statement that men and women are equally, I'm paraphrasing, equally as problematic, right? There's flaws on both sides, as you said. But when I talk about violence, the vast majority of violence is committed by men. So what is the most damaging act that people can do in our society to humanity? What's the most damaging thing people can do to each other, if not violence? So if one party is responsible for almost 100% of violence, then how the fuck are men and women equally problematic?
I'll tell you why. But let me the floor for 3 minutes, and I'll tell you why. The reason why is because
3 minutes. Fuck no. 30 seconds. 30
I'm
seconds.
not even done yet.
I know. 30. Nah. Duality, 3 minutes is too long.
Okay, cool. Okay. Duality, life, death, light, dark, positive, negative, and conflict and harmony. And conflict includes is part of nature. It involves violence. Violence is the ultimate form of power. Power yields to power. That's how you change things through motion. You don't like just, you know what I'm saying? So men apply power because they can. Women don't do it physically because they can't. If women were equipped physically to do it, they will do it too. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Game is game.
They put they put 26 on Don's head total. They said 21. I'm sorry, 21 on Don's head total. Says Don is a loser and can't hold a conversation.
Game Goofy. You get whatever the fuck. I'm trying to teach some shit. I know nothing. Okay, well, okay, then whatever. Then stay dumb then. So goofy, like. Come on now, no spirituality in their mind, just empty-minded, no wisdom. Want to chat about men every day, lonely as fuck.
Why is it always the most quote-unquote spiritual men that are also the most misogynistic men? You don't make me want to be spiritual. You every day that you pseudo spiritual men get up here and start talking that mumbo jumbo, I'm like, that's why I deconstructed my religion fucking 15 years
nature,
ago.
It's called the laws of nature.
You don't know the laws of nature.
That's what I mentioned. I just did.
What is the laws of nature? Does nature say that does nature say that humans can fly?
Can we do it?
Does nature say that humans can fly?
There's your answer. Can we do it? There's your answer. No.
Yeah, nature, but we can fly though.
How can we fly?
We fly in planes all the time. What the fuck? How can we fly? We did it, Joe. How can we fly? Did this man just ask me how can we fly? How can we fly? On a plane? On a glider? What the fuck? What is happening? Open up the schools in the UK and America. YT education is failing all around the world. They dumb all around the world, Craig. Men's is dumb all around the world. Men's is dumb all around the world. Craig. Damn. Jesus Christ. Keep the schools open late so niggas could go in there and read extra after class. Hold niggas after class, make them read, make them study. Fuck y'all doing? God damn. Bring back corporal punishment for boys only and young men. Paddle the shit out these motherfuckers. At this point, do something. I'm at my wit's end. I don't even, what the fuck? What can we do? Because god damn. Shit. Goodness. God damn, man. This is crazy. Exactly, like Dazed and Confused. Like school days. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Bring back Shane and paddles. I thought I'm sitting there like, nah, man, we don't need that. We can just talk to the mens. Nah, we got to start dropping niggas on their heads at this point. Because what the fuck is happening? What's really happening, y'all? What's really happening? Shit is crazy. That YT education is failing all around the globe. That colonizer mind got everybody cooked and whooped. God damn, can we get a break from that shit? Fucking spirituality. What are you talking about? I asked this nigga how to think critically. He said, I listen. Hey, man. Hey, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv. Great day in Poodle Cosby. Teddy weighed 90 pounds, man. Leave that dog alone. He living his best life. Hey, that's how you know the education fucked up, auntie. That nigga said, hey, Trump said he want to go back to 1798. The black man said, yeah, we'll vote for you. But what you gonna do about that child support? You ain't even on it. Y'all fighting for some shit that you don't even pay. That's how much y'all don't like women and y'all don't like these babies. The judge ordered you to pay $137.16 a month. And you talking about child support forgiveness. God ain't gonna forgive you. If the court, if Trump forgives child support and Kamala forgives child support, who gonna forgive you? Because God not. That's a sin. That's a sin. To not support your child is a sin. You will get stoned in biblical days. Not taking care of your woman financially. They would throw rocks at you, bro. They would literally throw rocks at you. They would put you, they would put you up against a wall and everybody would just throw rocks at you. Getting $150 a month and being called a gold digger is wicked. I ain't paying shit for you niggas. If men get forgiven of child support before black people get reparations, I'm not paying taxes ever again. And you can quote me. They're gonna have to come get me. Harriet missed some niggas because they bloodline causing happen. Harriet should have left some of these niggas, man. For real. For real, for real, for real, man. I don't even want the violence, but goddamn, y'all leaving me no choice. Y'all leaving me no choice, man. Y'all leaving me no choice. I can't even defend y'all. That man wouldn't answer that question because he knew what the answer was. Oh, $1 million, $700,000, whatever it is. He said he wouldn't do it because that's how priceless it is. So women, we are lucky as a civilization that there are some women that are willing to do it for a price. But in reality, it's fucking priceless. In reality, it's priceless. We shouldn't, as a society, y'all, I don't think people understand this. As a society, we should not be risking our lives to do anything. We have the resources to live in an abundant life without risking our lives to do anything, right? Our technology has afforded us that privilege, right? The only thing left in society that you cannot make safe, you will never be able to make it safe, is childbirth. That's it. Until they start, I'm talking about in humans, like until y'all start you know, doing that baby shit, that babies in incubator shit. Okay. Angel said most active involved dads negotiating child support. Hey, say it again. Most active involved dads negotiating child support. Wicked work. Wicked work. Oh, man. Y'all know what that means. We've gotten to the end of it. We are up against it. I gotta go get my son. Shout out to everybody on the YouTubes for the super chats, man. Antoine, Mixtress, Miss Chrissy Baby, Mainstay, Miss Poetrix, Nia, The Orange Pill, Osa, Be Cool, Cosmic Journey. Fucks with y'all the long way, man. Catch me back a little bit later. I ain't gonna be on the live, but I got some videos posting. I'll be back.